All right. Hey, everybody. We're bringing you to just me. We've got Eric Waite subbing in for Sarah and Will because they're unfortunately sick with all this crap going on in the air. So we thought a good episode would be about. No, they don't have COVID. About travel. All right. Nobody has COVID. Hush.
Wait, one more thing. I have 1,411.
Okay. Yeah, you need like 400 more. Chill. Sorry about that. Anyway, my kid's asking me questions about a game she's playing. So we decided to talk about travel and whiskey, and Eric is a specialist in traveling and whiskey.
Yeah.
So I figured he'd be a great substitute in for this.
And how to smuggle bottles back from Scotland.
Exactly. So we figured that was the perfect person to take their place for the evening. So, all right. And of course, I went to Wisconsin for a week, and I brought back all this cool stuff.
You brought back some cheese?
I did bring back some cheese as well. Some excellent cheese. Yeah, we got some. We stopped this cheese shop it was a blend of goat, sheep, and cow.
There you go.
It was delicious, to say the least.
So, in case you know, I just got Matt just sent me a text. Want to come on like 5 minutes ago. So this is not planned. This is all of a sudden, boom. We're just jumping in here and talking about whiskey and travel.
Exactly. So, all right, let's see who we got in the chat so far. We got Yo Jimbo, One Lost Cause, Robot Scott. There's the Whiskey Dick. Hey, Bill. Steve A. Ben Demon Hunter, Donald Rance, Ice House, Brothers of the Dram. How's it going? Mark JG. Yes, Mark. Go Vowed as usual. Hey, Ben. Let's see here. ADHD back. How's it going? All right. So if you guys just coming in, like I was saying, that Will and Sarah won't be here. Eric is a substitute host this evening. Talk about travel and whiskey and all fun things that we all do to get whiskey back and all the cool places we tried and all that stuff. So
right. So for those who don't know, I mean, in terms of travel, I've been to Scotland twice, been to 40 distilleries, been to the last 2 years, and I'll be going back next week. Been to Texas, I don't know, 6-7 times visiting distilleries. I've been to at least like 15 or so distilleries. Been to Kentucky once, been to 6 distilleries, been all over California visiting distilleries. Nothing there to rave about, unfortunately. So talking about traveling. I mean, we didn't really discuss what you want to talk about in terms of what to buy, where to stay, how to get whiskeys back safely, or
all of the above.
What have you got?
Well, so we basically want to talk about probably talk about the trip itself. We can go kind of through what I went to, and mostly it was about drinking, and it was fantastic, and eating, also my other favorite thing to do. So no surprise there. So just kind of talk about how do you figure out where's a good places to go when you go visit a locality? Who do you ask? What's there? What liquor store should you visit? Things like that. I mean, what are good questions to ask the locals, or where do the locals hang out? Because that's the bars you should go to, not the damn tourist traps. So we were lucky enough that there's a few channels actually live up in Wisconsin. So we talked a lot to Scott from My Bourbon Journey and to Pat from My Whiskey Den, who both live, and then Ed from Market, all live in Wisconsin. And I guess go to Door County, which is in the northeastern part of Wisconsin, between Green Bay and Lake Michigan. And as we come to find out, it's great up there. There's no stoplights past Sturgeon Bay. It's fantastic. It's one-lane roads everywhere, but you don't have to worry. No one lives there. I mean, we stayed in a town of 200 people, and we went to the store that it was funny. I told Scott when we got there, I said, "Hey, what store should I go to for liquor?" And before he responded, I found this little liquor store near our hotel, and they happen to have this. I've been looking for this bottle this is the Compass Box.
Okay.
They haven't made this in like 4 or 5 years.
Oh, okay.
And this little store in a town of 200 people had 2 of these.
So it's essentially a Dusty.
Yeah, exactly. It's a Dusty. They had that, and then they had this other really odd thing, a distiller pick of Caribou Crossing, which I didn't even know existed, that there was a store pick of a Caribou Crossing. And then they also had, by the case, Midwinter's Dram from High West.
Oh, nice.
I mean, they had 20 cases. How the hell is this town of 200 people have 20 cases of High West Midwinter Dram? I'll never know. It's like, well, that's awesome. Good for you guys, I guess. It's fantastic for them. But for whatever reason, they do in this little tiny town, which is cool.
Well, so the thing is, they probably don't have a real strong whiskey community. So however it got there, it got there and stayed there, and
Correct.
waiting for eventually for whiskey hunters to show up and start coming through the shelves and find stuff. So like one of the things I've talked about, obviously, this was not planned to talk about Texas whiskey, but
Right.
I've got Texas whiskeys.
Perfect.
And I was already wearing the shirt. 10 minutes ago, I didn't even know what's going on here. But one of the things I try to tell people, if you're going to Texas, maybe you're just passing through. You're on a business trip. You have a layover in Dallas, or your Aunt Matilda died somewhere down there, or whatever your reason. Don't think you just got to go to a distillery. Even go to the big chain stores. Your Total Wine has bottles. I got these at Total Wine. Have bottles that are only sold there of Texas whiskeys that you're not going to get in California. So I was in Texas 2 weeks ago. This is the Balcones Peated. Just picked this up. I have not uncorked this yet. And the Mirador, which I think they're trying to get into high enough production that it'll go core range and be
nice.
outside of Texas. So I got Texas whiskeys there. So, it's kind of funny. I don't, in terms of asking locals, I would ask locals who are in the chat or in the whiskey group or whiskey tribe or on Facebook. Somewhere.
Exactly.
I wouldn't expect to go to, Timbuktu, Idaho and find whiskey people necessarily there. Unless know they have a really strong whiskey community, you're better online talking to locals.
Right.
And then finding out that way, hey, I'm going to be in Iowa, exactly. or wherever, and go through that way rather than searching around. You can, smartphone.
Yeah.
Experience whiskey and see what's out there and hunt around. But I'm really big. I'm really big on plan ahead way in advance.
I totally agree. Yeah, which is the other thing we did is we reached out to people that live up in that area that are from our community, and we actually were able to meet up with a couple of them while we were there at the distilleries, which was great. And so, they told us some other cool places to check out. This shirt came from one of the best freaking bars I've ever been to called Mink River Basin, which Scott said we had to go to no matter what. And he's right. This bar is freaking awesome. It's in a town of less than 300 at the top of the peninsula. And it's an incredible bar. They have all sorts of different, whiskeys, and they have Hibiki 12, which isn't even made anymore, $10 a pour.
Actually, it's just been re-released.
Oh, they're gonna release it?
No. Yeah, it's just been released. So there's a Bay Area whiskey group on Facebook, and I've just recently been seeing people posting Hibiki 12. So apparently, it's just recently been re-released and showing up at Cana in California. Hey, I'm not poured myself. What are you drinking? I'm not poured myself.
I haven't poured any whiskey yet. We need to do that. We need to correct this problem.
Yes.
Yeah, because but these are the old ones. He's like, yeah, we got them. I was like, $10 a pour for a 2-ounce neat. I'm like, yes, please.
So you pouring a compass box?
I'm gonna pour this Enlightenment that I've never had before, so that we found.
Okay.
So seems like a good one to open up.
Well, even though I'm wearing a Texas shirt and I got a Mirador here and a Peated, I'm saving those. I'm going to do another Texas whiskey marathon. I'm going to save those for that. Something I've dipped into, but I want to have more of, is a bottle of the Joseph Magnus cigar blend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, cigar blend. So I'm going to be reviewing this and the Murray Hill shortly. I was drinking a little more Hill last night when I did a live on Facebook last night.
Nice.
So this is absolutely super. Oh, and then for the 1,000 subscriber thing with Rot Gut review, I was drinking a little bit of that. In fact, I did uncorking. Oops, on their channel of this one.
Oh, very nice.
So, anyhow, one of the things, and I know I don't want to make people feel bad because they have a challenge in getting over to the UK, get over to London and Scotland. But if you're in Scotland and you want to find a good whiskey bar, close your eyes, spin around 5 times, and throw a rock, and you will hit one.
Must be nice.
Yeah, there's no it's not a challenge. It's not an issue trying to find one. The issue is this one is, do I want to go that one or that one or that one or that one or that one? And then there's bottles there you've never seen, you never heard of, you can't get here, they're not distributed. Again, it's not, there's zero challenge trying to find hard to find bottles or rare bottles. It's only trying to figure out, crap, how much space have I got in my luggage? I can only take, so it's more about rationing your space in your luggage,
Right.
than it is about trying to find a bottle. And I was hoping to go back. I wanted to go to Ireland this year, and I want to go back to Scotland for a third trip, but due to the COVID crap, I wasn't able to. But so hopefully next year.
Yes, hopefully all this crap is well behind us by then, God willing. That's for damn sure. Yeah, we got lucky. One of the reasons we chose Door County, granted, we chose it in January, but it worked out well. I only had 33 cases of COVID in the whole county, so it was a good, safe place to go.
So what was your original reason to go up there? Just to check out whiskey stuff? Or
no, my wife tries to find random small towns to visit around the country. And that's what we've done the last 3 years, and it's worked out really well. Okay. We've been to Bryson City a couple years ago out in the mountains of North Carolina. And then last year we were up in Michigan, up in Traverse City, which is a bigger city, but not that big. It's like 16,000 people, something like that. So
you guys flew or drove?
We flew. Yeah, we flew from here to Chicago, and then to Green Bay, and then drove an hour 15 northeast up into Door County. Which
so
was
flying right now is kind of weird. I'm flying with I flew with Southwest a couple weeks ago. I'm flying with Southwest. I fly back to Texas on Sunday, and basically someone takes the window seat and an aisle seat, and then the middle seat's empty, which is actually kind of nice.
Yeah, for real, right?
And they don't serve any beverage other than like a can of water, right, and a straw, and a little bag of pretzels. But they're not doing regular beverage service. They're not putting ice with soda pop or buying any alcohol. And the airports, I mean, other than Starbucks, it looks like everything was closed.
Yeah, we went through at DFW, almost everything was closed except for McDonald's, I think Popeyes, and one other bakery. And everything else was closed when we got there.
Right.
And then when we got to Chicago, thankfully it was a bar open. So I went to the Chicago Cubs bar there at the O'Hare Airport. And there was a couple other food courts open. That was it. And there was like the Hudson News, which you buy, gum and books and stuff like that. Other than that, everything else was empty. It was weird.
So because they normally sell, alcoholic beverages on the plane. They don't let you take alcoholic beverages on the plane. Right. But I think there's an exception. I want to double check on that because I think you can actually take 3 ounces or something like that.
Yeah. I always did it anyway, so I never really worried what the rules were.
What was that again?
I said I always did it anyway, so I never really worried about what the rules were.
Oh, okay.
Just when the flight attendant's not paying attention, they got other things to do. So they don't really care about my one drink out of my sample vials. They had better. Of course, this time, unfortunately, I forgot them. I'm like, crap. It's okay. Like I said, we stopped at O'Hare. I had a couple drinks. It was fine. So then we got over to Wisconsin. Yeah, that airport, I think, has 12 gates in Green Bay, which was awesome. Tiny little airport. Perfect. Right. Not the smallest I've been to, but definitely nice and small. Going to the rental car, it was easy. There was no line. Just get your car and go, which was great. And then we drove up, stopped at a cheese shop, ice cream, and wine shop on the way there because I hadn't slept in 48 hours, so we needed to stop. So we stopped for a little bit, and then we went up to our hotel, and then I went to the liquor store because that's what you're supposed to do on vacation.
Absolutely.
So, which is where I found this.
So I like to do a little bit of research. If you're going to Scotland, trying to figure out where to go, in terms of a shop or anything like that. But if you watch Phil and Deepa, Whiskey Mystery, one of their big things they like to do is go into shops and record going in there. So all my secret. He's got the kids.
It's very important. When she learns math, I'll be thrilled.
So check out Whiskey Mystery and see where they're checking out, where they're going to in terms of checking out shops and stuff like that, because that's one of the big things they like to do in theirs. But all my secret places to go to in California, they're no longer secrets. Phil and Deepa have visited them all. All my secret spot, for finding Dusties. Nope, they're all out there in the open now. But you can check out their channel and see where they're going. But so contact locals through social media, Facebook, the chats, whatever. Say, hey, I'm going somewhere. Does anybody know a good place to go? If going to Scotland, I've done, in terms of visiting distilleries, I've done 40 videos, and I know the area. I know the areas really, really well, so I can always give recommendations. People can always contact me on that. I haven't. So other than visiting distilleries, I haven't actually gone to any bars or anything like that in Texas yet. So I don't know that scene, but I'm sure you would.
Oh yeah, you got to go to the bars in Texas. There's so many good whiskey bars in Texas for sure. Yeah, especially if you're gonna go to Austin. Oh my gosh, because aren't you going there? You said like another week, right? So back to Austin. I mean,
Yeah, I fly over there Sunday night. I spend one night at a hotel, school,
okay.
The rest of the week.
Well, that makes it kind of hard.
Yeah,
well,
and I'm busy. I'll be in class, and someone mentioned I'll be teaching a class there. So I'll be celebrating my 54th birthday on Monday when I arrive out there, and it's Emma's birthday too.
Even better.
Who manages the distillery? So she'll be exactly half my age. She'll be 27, and I'll be 54.
That's great. So it'll be good. It'll be a good birthday then. I mean, granted, I guess you're really at the best bar there is. I mean, if you're at the Whiskey Vault, I don't think you need to go to a bar. I think you're good. I think problem solved.
Yeah, Richard and Merritt does really good cocktail, but they're only open on weekends.
True.
Cracker Bear is only open. Well, I think Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, and then they can't, because of Squid Laws in Texas, they can't sell bottles on Sunday.
Right, which is stupid.
Oh, okay. And Ben Stahl says the bars are closed on Sunday in Texas. Oh, the bars are closed, but not.
He's right. Yeah, with COVID, we just closed all the bars again on Friday.
So some of the distilleries though you can drive by and pick up. So like I went by and I picked up where is that it? I picked up another bottle from Andalusia. Oh, here we go. The Reverend Oak. So this is the new Reverend Oak. It's more heavy peated. This is the previous one. The label is slightly darker.
Yeah, is it the cask strength version? That new one?
This is 131.62.
Yeah. Oh, that thing's delicious.
So I don't. What's that in ABV? 60. I don't know.
65 something.
Yeah, 65 something. You know, that's up there. So, and then this is the other one, which is 50% ABV or 100 proof. So this is the original. It's lightly with a little bit of Irish peat. It's lightly peated. And this is the more heavy one. I can say hi to Ty Phelps real quick. You know, I just popped in there, say hello to Ty real quick. He signed it for me too. Yes. He signed it, had him sign it there on the bottom. So that's
Very
cool.
cool.
So sometime before the end of the year, I'll do maybe another month of Texas whiskeys and get into these ones.
See, Ben says his home bar is open, so you can always go over there. And Ben's got a really good bar.
Well, I guess the week I was there, 2 bars got closed down. It's people who are young, dumb, full of cum, elbow to asshole, you know, on the bars. And, you know, just being stupid, you know, and so everybody goes, all right, fine, got to shut it down. And it sucks because then everybody else has to suffer for it too. So,
right. Yeah, you have a question there. If you ever drink wine anymore.
Oh yeah, I just don't do videos so much. So I mean, I had like a Zinfandel not too long ago, probably with some pizza or something like that, out of the Sierra Foothills. So I'm real close to the Sierra Foothills where they do probably some of the best Zinfandel here in California.
Okay. Yeah, we did go to 6 wineries while we were in Door County. A couple were pretty good. Of course, they were getting their grapes from California and bringing them and de-stemming them and pressing all that fun stuff. And then some had the actual grapes that were from Washington Island, which is just slightly north of Door County. Those were actually pretty good, those wines. But then we had some really weird ones that were made of like cranberries and blueberries and crap I did not enjoy. It was like drinking alcoholic fruit juice.
It's like IHOP syrup with alcohol in it.
Pretty much. I mean, there was one place, oh my gosh, it was just all weird fruity crap, which, hey, there's clearly a market for it, and that's fine. You know, it's $10 bottles, and you know, people love them, and that's fine. Just not for me. I mean, they're really super sweet, and they didn't taste bad. They tasted fine. It's just not really wine. It's other stuff. It's juice.
Right.
You know, whatever works. Hey, they sell the crap out of it. It's good for them.
So have you been to any distilleries in Kentucky?
I've never been to Kentucky.
Oh, dude. Well, that's forget going to, you know, bumfuck Egypt on your next trip, some small town. You got to go to Kentucky, man. So Kentucky is America's Scotland. If you think about it,
Sure.
Louisville and Louisville and
What, Lexington, I guess?
Lexington. Thank you. I sorry, drew a blank there. So, but what I mean by that is they are set up for whiskey tourism the way Texas is set up for whiskey tourism. So, I mean, they're well-established bars, really well-known. And of course, if you were going to go to Kentucky and you want to visit distilleries and want to know what bars to go to, two channels to contact would be either Bobby and Sam, although they've been real busy these days. I sent them a text message, I think yesterday. Yesterday or today, I sent them a text message to check on them, see how they're doing. They're doing all right. And then, of course, it's bourbon night. I'm sure they probably get asked that 50 gazillion times. They met at a whiskey bar in Kentucky. So you want to hit them up and say, hey, what are good places to go? I'm staying in Louisville, I'm staying in Lexington, staying somewhere else. And they're going to be able to tell you where you're going to go. In fact, if they, I would be surprised if they haven't now done a video on top 10 places to visit in Kentucky. If they haven't done that, they should, because that's their backyard. That's their backyard. Like for Ralphie and Roy, Scotland's their backyard. Probably a little bit more. You're getting more of a response out of Roy. But hey, I'm gonna be there. Where should I go? What do you recommend? And I know Roy gets asked that 50 gazillion times.
Sure.
And so he's definitely gonna give you recommendations as well, particularly in his own backyard, closer to Glasgow or Edinburgh or something like that. But I would hit them up and just absolutely flood Chad and Sarah with emails and pester them to death, ask them where to go, and tell them Eric said we could contact you and you'll provide all the information. And tourism information. Just let them know. I said, just say hello.
Yeah, exactly. That's solve all your problems. I'm sure they'll respond real quick.
There you go.
They're like, what happened to our freaking email? Thanks a lot.
Nice, dude. But that's what I would do. Check.
I agree.
And sure, they'd be totally into it. And let you know where you want to go. Now, if you're going to come to California and you want to visit distilleries, the one I'm confident of that check it out is San Diego Distillery, which is about an 8-hour drive from here. But it's East County, San Diego, so the climate is getting close to Texas. It gets really freaking hot out there. So they're having similar cask impact in terms of aging. They might have like in Texas. And they tend to, for example, here's a bourbon from San Diego Distillery. They use like 6 different casks of various sizes. The largest one is a 30-gallon, and very, very sizes. And then they kind of mix as to what they like coming from those various casks to get to the profile that they want. And the most heaviest peated whiskey I've ever had from San Diego, that I've ever had, period, is from San Diego Distillery. What's
the ppm on it?
It's more than anything coming out of Ardbeg, I can tell you that much.
Damn.
It's more than Supernova.
Wow.
At least it is on the palate. What it is before it goes into the still, I don't know.
Yeah.
At least it's on the palate, and it's actually Isla Peat that they're using.
Oh, that's awesome.
They're distilling it there in San. And I think Rex and Daniel have reviewed one of these as well. Anyway, good stuff.
Yeah. I keep hearing how good they are, but obviously, unfortunately, not available in Texas. So one of these days, I have to try it. What?
Now we have 1,562.
You still need almost 300.
And while you're in San Diego, the largest, as far as I know, they did that again as World Record record. The largest whiskey bar is called Whiskey with E. It's on 3rd Avenue in San Diego.
That's cool.
So it's near downtown. It's near downtown San Diego, the Whiskey House. And just Google it and check out the images. It's just like insane. The whiskey mix is probably 40 pages long or something like that. And everything, you can get anything by the glass or anything you've always wanted to try, but you didn't want to buy a whole bottle and you're in town. So check out the San Diego Distillery and then check out the Whiskey House in San Diego.
Yeah, that place looks amazing from the pictures. This looks insane. Sounds like
So what's the best thing you guys got in your neighborhood?
Some of the best bars around here is probably Thompson's, which is an old library, and has also got a speakeasy attached to it that's underground. That place is pretty cool. It's also called Ron's Tavern, which is great over in Bedford, and then the Keller Tavern is really. Those are three my favorite in this area that are worth going to. Hey Trey, how's it going? This of course is a lot of one that just want to charge you a lot of money, and they're not very good. But yeah, they have a lot of stuff, but they just want to rip you off. And I have no interest in those places and could care less about frequent them or talking about them because they suck.
Well, if you got what's in your house, why would you need to go to a whiskey bar?
I like to talk to bartenders, and it's entertaining.
Yeah. Sometimes it is the social aspect of it. So so I've walked into a number of bars in London, but the only one that I really hung out at is Milroy's in the Soho district of London. It's within walking distance of the Buckingham Palace, of the Whiskey Exchange, which is it's like which is totally awesome.
Yeah,
they have a lot of unique bottles there, and a lot of other touristy stuff sort of in the area. The real nice park. You can go see Westminster Abbey and a bunch of other stuff, museums and whatnot. But check out Milroy's in London and Soho. And if you see a guy, he has dark hair and glasses. His name's Eddie. Tell him Eric Waite sent you.
Yeah, that's poor Sonny says there's no good bars in this area. He has to drink at home with his kids. Well, it's better than nothing, I guess, right? That's too bad. There's not any good. But there's so many areas I've heard that from. There's no whiskey scene whatsoever, and it's like that just sucks. I guess thank God for the online community at that point.
Well, the nearest great whiskey bar I know of is 8 hours away in San Diego.
That blows.
I'm sure there's some in San Francisco, but I looked online, but they probably just got pretty much got the standards. You know, you're looking for some place that has something rare, hard to find. You know, I'm better off what I got in my house than I go to a whiskey bar or place. I look and I go, nope, got better stuff at my house.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. And that's the problem with most of them. Most of the time I go to a bar because there's something I want to try that I don't want to buy unless it's something I actually try and it's actually good. That's what I usually use it as a research purposes. And that's about it. Most of the time, obviously, you know, way more than they do. Occasionally you find one that really does know their stuff. And those people are really fun to talk to, which is what this Mink River place was too. It's just like, they know a ton about whiskey. And it's like, they just really like whiskey and have been there for 20 years. And that's why they have all this crazy wild stuff you can find nowhere. I mean, stuff you can't get at any other bar, they've got. It's like, how the hell do you have this here? But hey, if you guys get a chance to go up there, I'd visit. There was a lot of really great bars up there, though. It was shocking in how cheap everything was. That was the other thing great about Door County. Everything was dirt cheap. I mean, you could go to dinner with me and my wife and my kids, have like 4 drinks, and it's like $80. I mean, that's crazy cheap.
Wow.
So, and good dinner, not garbage. And the food was excellent. I mean, obviously, if you like fish, I mean, the fish is okay. The old fish is from yesterday. Otherwise, it's from this morning. So the fish is incredible. We tried up there.
So how many bottles did you? How many bottles did you bring back from Wisconsin?
14.
Okay, now let's talk about bringing bottles back. So, if you go to Scotland and you're bringing your luggage on. To the best of my knowledge, they didn't give a rat's ass. They didn't ask. They didn't care. They didn't check nothing. They did not care. The only thing is when you land in the United States, is Customs want you to declare it. So you can get an app for U.S. Customs, and before you get off the plane, fill out the paperwork, and you'll get through the checkout and boarding a lot faster. You'll be able to go around everybody else that's in line waiting to go through Customs. And Customs doesn't really care that you're bringing back a bunch of bottles because they're protecting U.S. interests in terms of someone trying to bring in cheap stuff and flip it and make a ton of money. Now, if you're driving from Canada or Mexico and you have the ability to go back and forth, you can only bring 1 bottle, right? Because they don't want you getting around paying taxes on alcohol. But if you're flying, there's no way in the world you're really going to make serious money, being a mule, bringing bottles back between the UK and the United States because you're losing whatever profit on paying for planes.
Exactly.
So
All
Phil and Deepa brought back, I don't know, they had like 4 suitcases full.
Damn.
They made me look miserly in terms of how much they
Really,
brought back. I brought back
That's
my last trip. I brought back around maybe 20 bottles or so, and the previous trip before that, I brought back about 20 bottles. So as long as you have room and you can pack them really, really well. So I used my laundry to pack really well. But traveling in the United States, so not this last trip, but the trip before last, I had it was like 12 bottles I was bringing back from Texas, and while I was going through line to go through security, Mr. Wake, please someone in TSA, and my name come up on a light sign. I'm like, oh crap, now what? So they pull me out, and they pull out this binder, and it has all the regulations, and they point to a regulation. You can't have anything more than 24% ABV, anything more than like sherries and ports and stuff like that, around 18 to 20,
right?
Maybe. So basically, 5 bottles of whiskey if it's period. So on this last trip, I made sure I brought 2 pieces of luggage, and I split between the 2 so I could bring back more. But other than that, so you brought back how many again?
14. I got a super chat here. Hold on 1 second. All right, we got a super chat here for $4.99 from AJ Lopez. Says, evening, Matt and Eric. Hope you're all well. I'm stuck at work till 2300, so just stopping to say hello and lurk in the background. Shalantcha. Thanks, AJ. All right, Violet. Do your thing. All right, do your deal. You got it?
There you
go. All right, that's good. Thank you.
One more time.
One more time. All right, we're good. Thanks. That's Violet's. Okay, we all heard it.
One more time.
Okay, you're good, kid. Okay, stop. I know it's fun. You have to wait. Thank you. That's her job for the show, and she really likes that job a lot.
So where's the wife?
She's downstairs in our bedroom. She's working on her computer down there. So Violet likes to hang out up here, listen to the show. It's what she does.
What I was asking was, how did you get 14 bottles back from Wisconsin?
There's this service that's called shipping.
Oh, you shipped it.
I shipped it back.
Oh, okay.
Came today. Hey, there's no way in hell it's getting out in the airplane. And we don't check. We carry on everything because I don't trust the airlines. So after working at the airport in high school, never trust the airlines.
Well, I checked all my stuff. I checked my stuff and made it through okay.
Well, it's always a plus. Unfortunately, I heard too many horror stories working there. Okay. I'm like, nope. And my dad also worked for American Eagle as a kid. So, we always carried on no matter, because we were always flying standby. So that's why how we used to go to Europe on freaking with carry-ons.
But my luggage is too large for carry-ons. I mean, I have wheels. I have 1 piece of luggage. I paid like $500 for it, and it's got wheels on, and that thing rolls like a tank. I had it in Edinburgh, going over the cobblestone roads of Edinburgh, and that thing, dirt, whatever. It 4-wheel drive, whatever, man. It has no problem getting anywhere. It's got a nice big handle on it, and it's got all kinds of pockets in it, and that thing can't fit in an overhead. So I'd have to
that's going to be a problem. No, I think we just do that. Yeah, so we just ship it back. Usual olive oil services.
Right.
The first place was a bunch of jackasses and decided to open my box. I was not pleased with them, so I had to go to a different place and scramble for another one before we got on our flight. And thankfully, we still made our flight because I was really panicking at that point. Right. So we found another one. I found out just use regular services, not packing ship places. They ask too many damn questions. So don't give a shit.
So when I was in Austin, someone sent me a text message, asked me if I would bring them back a bottle from the Credit Barrel back here to California. So actually, just today, I sent them.
Sorry.
And so just today, I mailed some Texas hand sanitizer.
Nice. I like that.
From the Credit Barrel. Actually, it's a Balcones. It's a Balcones hand sanitizer, bottled by the Credit Barrel. It's absolutely fantastic.
That's great. I love it. I like it. We're shipping hand sanitizer.
Yeah, and politically, man, you don't want to interfere with hand sanitizer. I told him it's a proprietary hand sanitizer.
There you go. Exactly. I like that plenty even more.
So, and the advantage is, if I can find a similar bottle, it's one of the Alliance series. If you're familiar with the Alliance series.
Oh yeah, those are good. That Wyoming they did. I guess what, a year or two ago? Maybe it's 2 years at this point. That Wyoming, that's my favorite Wyoming I've ever had. It's that one they did from that Alliance series. That thing was amazing.
Right. So it looks like this. So for those, actually, probably the Crowded Barrel, small of a distillery as it is, they're probably becoming the number one producer of independent bottles of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So they're picking up cash here and there. So it looks. So this is a Texas whiskey blend. This is Iron Root and I think Balcones and Andalusia or something like that. Anyway, but the bottle looks like this, same size. It's got the gold label and all that kind of stuff, But anyway, but if you were to scan it, because it's such a small bottle, this does not look like a whiskey bottle.
True. Good point.
It looks like something else. So I thought, rather than olive oil or Tabasco sauce,
right.
It's a hand sanitizer. People are like, okay, yeah, we have COVID virus, going on. People are, so can't interfere with the shipment of hand sanitizer, proprietary hand sanitizer.
No, he does not have COVID. Stop it. Yeah, it doesn't mean that has it. He's just talking about it. Chill out. All right, kid. Anyway, apparently it's Donald's birthday, so we have to say happy birthday to Donald. Let's say happy birthday, Donald.
Is Donald Rance's birthday?
Apparently, that's what they're saying in the chat. So we must say happy birthday to Donald.
No. We're gonna sing it.
Oh,
happy birthday to you. You were born in a zoo. You smell like a monkey, and you look like one too. There you go. Happy birthday, Donald.
Okay, now your turn. Okay, you go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Donald Rance. Happy birthday, Donald Rance. Did you know that you like to drink whiskey? Happy birthday, Donald Rance.
All right, thanks.
She needs to switch to decaf.
God, you're not kidding, right?
Jeez.
Oh, she's something else. Let me tell you. Yeah, because John Kranz and Travis Wallard and Eric Evanson, they all met us up there. They got to meet the Violet in person. Had such a great time. They found out she's the same in person as she is on the internet.
Yeah, going to stay in your house sounds like a great idea until you hear about Violet. Dude, I didn't get any freaking sleep last night. What happened? I stayed at Matthew's house and Violet kept me up all night. Gosh, she never shuts up.
Jason, the Master Drum, stayed here with us back before the Masters Ball. Yeah, he found out. Yep, that's exactly how it is. He got to play Legos, all sorts of fun things with Violet.
There you go.
Great time. Oh, speaking of Eric. There's Eric right there. How's it going?
We're praying for her future husband.
For real. It's a no return policy. It's not my problem. So I'll say hi to Pat, my whiskey den, who was helpful in getting a bunch of the stuff set up for us with the distilleries while we were up there. Unfortunately, Pat was not able to meet us because he came in contact with someone with COVID. Thankfully, he did not get it. What? What?
Now I have 1,646.
Okay, you still need 150, okay? All right, come here, Val. I got another one. Here you go. AJ gave us another one.
I do it loud.
Remember, boys, Trojan.
How much money did you get?
$1.99.
So what's that?
Okay, it's dollars. Okay, just hit the thing.
How much money?
$1.99.
What's that mean?
$1.99.
Hey, Violet, if you go away, I'll give you $1.
Not $99?
No, 99 cents. Okay, now hurry up. Okay. All right, that's good. Thank you.
Wait, one more. It's a good one.
Okay, that's good. Thanks.
Dude, you need a man cave. You need a man cave where you can shut the door.
Yeah, do some soundproofing. All right, thank you. She's a wild woman. What can I say? Yes. Oh, yes. The whiskey helps us for Violet. Oh, absolutely, Trey. Yeah, it's from the Mink River Basin bar up there. Let's see here. Yeah, Eric, Will and Sarah are sick today, so Eric is subbing in.
Sick with COVID?
Oh my gosh. No, I'm gonna make you have earplugs. DJ11, we're up in Wisconsin in Door County in the northeastern part of Wisconsin. All right. City Benjaminese, how's it going?
I'll give your wife $5 if she'll keep Violet busy.
Not funny.
Hey, hush. Play your game. Well, the problem is we gave her a computer, and unfortunately, that computer is in the room next to the bar. Is a terrible, terrible mistake.
Okay.
Because usually you should go in the other room and watch TV or something. But
you put it in the garage or something.
Oh gosh!
All right. If we gotta stop talking about it, because that's what encourages us to keep.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, all right. So we're talking about whiskey bars. We're talking about transportation of whiskey. So coming back from Scotland wasn't any problem as long as you declare it. But if you're traveling within the United States, 5 liters, anything over 24% alcohol by volume. So you want to separate that, or as you did, ship it. However, that could be a challenge. Now, one of the things that on my first trip to Scotland, I actually used Scotch whiskey at auction. So when I was I picked up some bottles, and then when I got to Islay, I stayed at the Bowmore House. It's like these little cottages down the road from Bowmore Distillery in the town of Bowmore. And the gentleman who runs it, he'll ship stuff for you. Totally cool. So I first shipped, I think about like maybe 10 to 12 bottles back to the United States. And he did, I paid for it and everything else like that, but he took care of it. And so I set up an account with Scotch Whiskey Auctions. And then because Scotch Whiskey Auctions is already, because of auctions, shipping stuff over there, they're already in a pattern, a habit of shipping stuff. So essentially, you're just paying for the shipping without actually buying anything from auction.
Perfect.
And that worked well. Yeah, that worked really, really well. We
need more of those.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great plan.
So if you're shipping with the United States, do not use the United States Postal Service.
No.
Do not use it. It's illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Illegal. It's not illegal through FedEx or UPS. But without declaring it, it might be against their policy, which is different than something illegal.
Exactly.
And I have found if you want to send something to Canada, some hand sanitizer to Canada, UPS is the one. Do not use FedEx. Go UPS. Go UPS. Which is how I got. Actually, if I can find it here. Oh, here we go. That is how. I got this. This is a Lot 40 cask strength.
Nice.
Which is not sold here now. Actually, there's like 2 places now. One's I think they're in Illinois that'll carry this. But
very cool.
I'm trying to remember their channel. 2 guys were super funny in Canada. Training C. So I got them a bottle of it was the Ardbeg drum. That was the committee release for the year.
Nice. Right.
I got them a bottle of, and we did a trade. So they sent me this, and I sent them the drum. I haven't opened this yet.
Sounds like a good trade to me.
Yeah, I mean, for me too. Monetarily, they did better off, but in terms of probably the quality of the whiskey, I probably did better. So I've tasted this before, but it was at the Whiskey Fest in San Francisco last year, and Dr. Don Livermore was there, who, of course, is the producer for this. And so we had like a lecture thingamajig, and then we tasted like 6 different whiskeys, and this was one of them. Absolutely superb. One of these days, I'll pull the cork on that and get around to it.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. Is that the 12-year, the 11-year, or the no age statement one?
This is 11-year.
Okay.
And bottled at 58.4% alcohol by volume.
Very nice.
So,
yeah. Oh, and Trey wanted to give you a shout out for doing your class at the Wizard Academy. I just want to talk about what that class is real quick. That'd probably be good too.
So it's kind of funny because this is something I've been thinking. Daniel and I have been talking about for about 6 months. Daniel's been thinking about it for 3 years. So we've been dialoguing back and forth and ideas and stuff to do and working out all the details. So we're doing essentially it's the class on sherry and sherry cask aged or finished whiskeys. So I prepared all the slides and the notes and all that stuff. Put all the information together. It's basically about a 3 to 4 hour event in which we'll be tasting every type of sherry. So Fino, Oloroso, Amontillado, Pelo Cantado, and Pedro Jimenez. And then we'll be tasting whiskeys that are aged in those. And so some of the bottles, which are really hard to get, try finding a whiskey aged in Pelo Cantado. That is not easy. So I actually got a Spanish whiskey aged in Balcones. Super hard to get, super hard to find. The only Fino I could find was a Lafroig Arches.
Yeah.
So I got that.
Yep.
And a lot of sherry cask whiskeys, they don't tell you what type of sherry, just says sherry. So I did find a couple of Amontillado. I'll show you the Amontillado. The ones I wanted, I couldn't get. So Tomatin did a 12-year-old Amontillado. One I'd really like to get. Brunehaven this year, the Fischel is Amontillado. I would get a bottle of that. But this is what I have. So this is Broken Barrel Whiskey, the cask of Amontillado.
Oh, yeah. I've had that one. Yeah.
So I got 2 of these, and I got 2 of each of the sherries. The sherries, Palo Cantado can be hard to find. So I got that. But the rest of the sherries are fairly easy to get and not too expensive. I think. Sorry. Oh, here we go. And this is the Palo Cantado. Anyway, so I hope it turns out really, really well. I think it'll be a lot of fun. My 3 main goals for it is to everybody to learn a little bit, be inspired to learn more. So people go home and go, hey, I want to get really into this. I want to read more. I want to explore sherry more. I want to explore sherry cask whiskeys. People to see the correlation between the wine and the whiskeys. And then third, people just have fun. So I might do just for fun, do a quiz or exam kind of a thing, but not obviously, just to sort of re-go over all the information. But it's going to be there's going to be some challenges. Right now, they're currently scheduling it to be outside.
Okay.
Yeah. So because of
Gonna be hot.
Because of the COVID crap, we're talking first week of July. I would rather be inside so we can use some air conditioning. But the history of wine and whiskey is about trials and tribulations and people who have the endurance to overcome.
Right.
And the success of wines and whiskeys isn't done by lazy or the cowards or the weak or the half-hearted man. You really to really forge your way into. I mean, it takes a large fortune to make a small fortune in the wine or whiskey industry. And so the people who really have endured and really producing fine stuff, these are hardworking, dedicated visionaries to produce that. And so if they could do that to produce whiskey, I think I could do that to talk about whiskey and teach about whiskey. Sweat a little bit, work a little bit. As long as I don't get eaten alive by mosquitoes. I get bites all over my arms from the last trip down there, and on all my legs. It'll be fine.
Yeah, let's see. So Joe Jimbo said this is a Lafroig cartridge that's a 2014 Amontillado. Wow. We know that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of mosquitoes, oh my gosh, they're crazy by the lake up there. I guess the first day we were there, again, the second day we were there, my wife decided we needed to take a trail hike next to up in the Cave Point Park, then up into White Sand Dune Park. We walked through there. Oh my gosh, this is when my daughter got eaten alive. Yes, you too. By the mosquitoes. I'd never seen anything like that in Texas. I mean, they're just everywhere like crazy. Like we even used that deep woods off with a major 35% deep. They didn't care.
And the thing, you can't use that if you're doing wine or whiskey events because you'll be smelling off on you.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
The whiskey smells like off bug spray. It's just not going to work, No, and so when I worked on the Mexican border for 4 years down there with the DEA and customs and all that, and I would use off, and it gets into your blood, and then I could actually start tasting bug spray in my mouth.
Yeah,
because it gets in your blood. So. And then I like when the sun goes down, the cicadas come out, and they don't bite. Yeah. They're freaky. They
are freaky. Yeah,
it's like they're really they sound like flying rattlesnakes.
Yeah,
pretty trippy. So anyway, I'm hoping it's going to work out really, really well. If we end up doing outside, I'm not going to be able to use like an overhead, slides, that kind of thing. So I'm going to have to print everything out, and everybody can take home like a little booklet kind of a thing with all the notes, stuff like that. So that's actually the only thing I have left to do. I'm going to get that done this week. But I took the first, so I got 2 bottles of everything. So the first set I took down last time. So this trip I'm taking the other half of the bottles. So half the bottles went there the first time, the second half will go the next time. But for people who can't attend, because it's probably only going to be 16 to 20 people, I would guess at the most. For the people who can't attend, I'm planning on doing something virtual on my channel. So I'll do a similar series. And if I have some leftovers, I'll bring them back. You know, any leftover whiskey, I'll bring some back. If not, I'll have to hunt them down again. So I'm gonna use. So I'll do big double use of the notes, something like that. So I'm gonna actually be doing the Psalm 1 class down there.
Nice. Awesome.
I just took I forget what it's called, something Magical Worlds.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I posted a picture of the certificate thing they give you, which it sounds like some class to go work at Disneyland or something like that, you know.
Right.
But it's actually so I don't know if you heard this, but they're a marketing school.
I know, it's shocking.
so it's actually a marketing, it's a marketing class, and at the heart of marketing is really about communication. And so, and what I'll describe it for you real quick, and it's going to pale as to what it's really, really like. But it's about communication, starting from the brain, how the brain is structured, how the brain works, and sort of how throughout history, in poems, in literature, in music, in movies, and every type of communication you could think of, people have appealed to the different aspects, right and left brain, to appeal to and communicated to get messages across to people. So, and then it's not just about, you know, a lot of lectures and slides, and listen to music and poetry and literature and stuff like that. Yeah, you have exercise you're supposed to do. You do some writing and some assignments you do in class and presentations and stuff like that. So the first class, it was 3 days. The first class was 11 hours.
Dang. Wow.
Yeah, it was a long day. And so I wake up 4 o'clock the next morning and my brain is just like trying to, because you go over so much information. Yeah. And my brain, I was just like, okay, there's principles and there's application. How am I going to apply this? How am I going to work this out? But the ability to learn directly from Roy and another instructor as well, the man's a genius. It's just really, really awesome. And the people in the class were really, really, really cool. It just so happens a lot of the people in the class were working in the hospitality industry, in restaurants, spirits, cocktails, and bar. It wasn't planned. It just so happened there are a lot of, you know, fellow your restaurant wine and whiskey people in the class. So cool. What I'm looking forward to in the Psalm class is to see how those principles are then applied in the specific context of whiskey, and see the correlation between that class and this class, and see how the principles will apply, and then see what I can take home with me and apply. So it's a whiskey marketing class, not a whiskey production class, although you got to learn a little about production. Right. So, and eventually I'll probably do a video and I'll compare the Edinburgh Whiskey Academy. I'll compare WSIT. I'll compare the Quartermaster Sommeliers. I'll compare this class. I'll compare different types of schooling, education, the different angles and aspects of what you learn. But anyway, we've got way off topic, but anyway.
That's okay. It happens. No, that's good. That'll be fun. No matter what. It's a fun class. So I guess we'll get back to some of the whiskey. So one of the places we went to that Pat from My Whiskey and Help set us up was Hatch Distillery, which has been around for a couple of years. Just these guys, and they'll actually be on the channel to talk all about their products. But this is their bourbon, which is currently sourced. But they have their own stuff that's aging, and they have the best thing I try is he's got a single malt that is his that will be out in about 2 or 3 years. He said that was stupendous. It's only a year old. We got to try.
That's from Wisconsin.
Do what? Yes, this is Wisconsin.
Okay.
Yeah, there are 2 distilleries in Door County. Well, there were 3, but the third one's closed, which was, the distillery itself wasn't there, but the wheat and stuff was grown in Door County. But yeah, there's Hatch and there's Door County Distillery, which are the 2 that are there currently. We went to both. We had tours at both. So Chris is the owner. We got to hang out with him for a couple hours, and he was fantastic. He was a really awesome guy, really knowledgeable, really passionate, and just super straightforward and completely transparent everything he's doing. But yeah, he's making good stuff. But very excited about what's coming out there. But yeah, he's got a single malt that's got a chocolate malt in it that is going to be unbelievable when it's ready in 3 years. But yeah, we tried the 1 year version. It's fantastic.
So how many bottles did you ship home again?
14.
And how much did that cost you? Do you remember roughly about?
It was only $70. It wasn't bad.
Okay.
I was like, that didn't bother me. I was like, that wasn't bad. Now, granted, it also cost me $70 in packing supplies, but
right.
when I ship, I pack the crap out of it. Where it's
right.
I think anyone who's gotten a package from me knows what that's like.
Yeah, a lot of little bits and pieces of freaking styrofoam. Thanks, dude.
You're welcome. Hey, but it got there safe. It's okay. So today was the first time I've ever opened my own packages. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. I'm like, nah, I know what else goes through. But like I said, they get there safe.
There you go.
What matters.
So yeah. So right over here, I have a closet, and it's full of nothing but packaging for packing whiskey. And what I like is the bubble wrap that rolls up, and you can basically. In fact, hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on. Talk to Violet.
But yeah, so yes, I have an entire room of also packing materials. Basically, everything that gets sent here, I repack with. There's no reason not to reuse all of it. I don't want to throw it away, and it's great. Oh yeah, those things are awesome.
So you're right over. I have a closet, and it's full of nothing but packaging materials. I like this the best. So basically, if I order something that comes with this. So I'll lay this flat in my luggage if I'm not bringing something with me. Mm-hmm. And then you can just expand this out like this, And if that doesn't work, then this is just, regular flat bubble wrap that you just, roll up and put around like that. I like this better than, even though styrofoam's nice in terms of regular shipping, but in terms of putting in your luggage, it doesn't flatten.
Right.
It doesn't flatten, and so this is a lot better for actually putting into your luggage and taking with you. I mean, you could, if you want to put your shampoo or whatever in there, your socks or whatever in there, and then just take that out and put bottles in. People are like, "Why is he putting his underwear in bubble wrap?" That guy's kind of weird. It's going through there, or your medications or whatever in there. Yeah, but not pretty good. Or even like on the outer flaps of your luggage, the zip, you can just stuff it in there flat, rather than inside the luggage and then pull it out and then fill it out.
Right. Yeah, those things seem to work pretty good. But yeah, I just used to use a lot of bubble wrap, a lot of tape, a lot of plastic, little styrofoam peanuts and packing material, whatever else I can get over that.
Just say no to styrofoam peanuts. Just say no. It's all the static electricity, right? And it comes out, and you got it on your finger, and it's like,
oh yeah,
you have a booger on your finger, and you just can't shake it off. You're just doing this, and you're like, and then it's like all getting all over the place. Nah, screw that. Get the regular bubble wrap for putting your bottles into it.
Yeah, it's mostly just use it, to pack around this stuff because it takes up space in the box. That's the biggest thing. Or I use those things I get with Amazon packages. Those air bubble things. Right. I use those a lot of the time too because they don't weigh very much. So to help the weight, which works out pretty well.
Right.
Let's see. What was he asking?
So we talked about bars. We talked about distillery. A little bit about distilleries. Talked about bringing stuff home. Talked about getting through TSA, getting through customs. The fastest. So when you get off the plane and you're going through customs, you've got everybody on the plane with their screaming kids. You spent 11 hours flying back from the UK or whatever, and they're going through there. There's an app you can get. It'll save you around. And basically, you just go up and you go bleep, and you go right on through. I'm sure what it's called. If I still got it on here. Mobile Pass. So get Mobile Pass, and you'll be able to, you'll buzz. You'll fly right through there.
Let's see. What else? So we also visited the Door County Distillery, and went over there and we got the single malt, we got their bourbon, their rye, and my wife really liked their gin, so we got their regular gin and their barrel aged gin, and then she also liked their brandy, so we got their brandy too. So we got all sorts of cool stuff from over there. But yeah.
So does Wisconsin have a particular stereotypical character?
Well, no, yet.
What is unique about Wisconsin?
It's a good question. I need to just take all my other Wisconsin bottles and figure that out. I know Pat, who's in the chat, will probably know better as he lives up there. I imagine there probably is, but I haven't spent enough time with Wisconsin to.
Is Ed from?
Yeah, he's in Milwaukee. Yeah, he's up there too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say of all the places, I think Hatch probably is going to have. They're just totally different between Hatch and Door County. Hatch is this little thing. They do it their way, and then Door County is also a winery, so they can do all these cool wine finishes, which is what they're coming up with now.
Okay.
So, which is kind of cool. So we tried different ones of those, and so they got a lot of experiments in the works. So it should be fun either way. Oh yes, that's right. Since Eric was there with Hatch, he's right. What's cool about them is they do spirits with 100% honey, like their vodka and their gins. And when they add he's a beekeeper, the guy that's the owner. So they have their own bees as well, which is really cool. That's one of the things they do.
So he essentially makes a mead and then distills that to make a high alcohol.
Exactly. Yeah, that's very cool. Okay, so Pat says with the rye they do, but some of the others are hit and miss. Okay, cool.
So they do tend to do more rye up there?
Yeah, because of the climate, which makes sense.
Right.
But yeah.
So I like rye, but I got to be in the mood for it. I could never do like how I've done like Bourbon Month and I Love Marathon and Texas Marathon. I could not do a whole month of rye. I just couldn't do that. I would be
rye.
I would burn out real quick.
It does tend to taste more similar until you start getting to the more varied malts of different rye varietals. Otherwise, you get a lot of the same, unfortunately. But
not just the same, but it is super intense, super strong, which is I like, but just not bottle up the bottle.
Yeah, if I do too many ryes, I get horrible acid reflux. So that's a different problem. If I have like 4 or 5 ryes on one night, horrible acid reflux.
So I've got, I have Milam Green's rye, which I really, really like.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Redemption 9, which is a high rye bourbon. And here's a rye I'll show you. I'll be the first one to review it. I'll be reviewing it shortly. I don't know if you ever heard about this one.
I don't know anything about that. I've never even seen or heard of that bottle.
Toxic Masculine.
Cool bottle.
It's a rye with a political statement going to it.
Who makes that?
Some smart asses.
That's pretty funny though.
So yeah. So I don't know if you ever heard the term toxic masculinity before. I won't go into that here. I'll get into it in the video. But when I heard this is batch number 1. So when I heard about this, I'm like, okay, I got to get a bottle of that. So I ordered it 6 months before it was released. So I'll be the first one to review it. It's distilled in Indiana, so we know where that comes from.
Yeah.
It's bottled by Firebrand Spirits, and it's 45% ABV. But anyway, I bought it because of the statement they're trying to make, rather than the yippee yahoo of the rye over, and no one else has done it. So I'm sure I'll get a bunch of lip from it, but I don't.
It looks entertaining. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. So. If I can do a top 10 whiskeys when you got the coronavirus,
for real, right? For real.
They didn't penalize me. They just removed the whole video.
Really? I didn't know they took that video down. That's too bad. I thought
they removed. Yeah, they deleted it and sent me a message. And this is still the blend I made.
That's awesome
from the video. So I still have it. It tastes all right. It's kind of weird. It
is what it is. That's too bad.
The whiskey didn't. He says that was bullshit. Is he saying my video was bullshit, or is he saying removing it was bullshit?
I assume
it's meant to be humorous. It's
right.
It was borderline. borderline offensive because some people were offended,
God
know.
forbid.
But one of my favorite comedians is Gilbert Godfrey.
Oh yeah, he's funny as hell.
He was the first to do a 9/11 joke 30 days after 9/11, and he was doing 9/11 jokes. If or another one I like is Dave Chappelle. He's another favorite of mine.
He's pretty funny, man.
He did that one. It was Sticks and Stones. Did you see that?
I have not seen that.
I mean, people were pissed. People were offended, and I laughed so hard I cried. It was,
That's all.
but I'm a whiskey channel, not a humorous channel. So every once in a while, I do something humorous that's whiskey related. But whatever.
Yeah. Oh well, people, they need to grow up. Let's all be honest on that. That's for sure. So what's cool is this other one's Death's Door, which they grow the red winter wheat up on Washington Island, which is a northern island. Just you take a ferry up to. We went up there one day to check it out. They have a really cool Viking church up there. Unfortunately, it was closed for COVID, so that sucked.
Viking what?
A Viking church. It's made like a church would be over in Norway back with the Vikings. It's based on I think it was built in like 1295, so it's really cool. And unfortunately, you can only see the outside. You could see the slit in the inside because they had it boarded up because of COVID, which was not pleased about. Because I really like that shit, and it looked really cool. But it is what it is. So we did get to go to the oldest continuous bar in America because the bar itself had a medicinal license, and it's on Island. It's called Tom's Nelson's Hall, and they serve the most bitters in the world. Like they have a Guinness record more than anyone else. They sell more at that bar than the entire country of Australia. So you join the Bitters Club, and you take a shot of bitters, and they have this little card they give you that says that you're a certified Bitters Club member, and then you stick your finger in the bitters cup and then stick your thumb on it, and it's really cool. So yeah, it was a fun thing to do up there. Do what?
Was that in Wisconsin?
Yeah, that's in Wisconsin on Washington Island.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so it's a cool little bar. It's funny because you get off the ferry, drive up a little bit, and it's like bar. I'm like, holy shit, this was a drink like crazy. Well, they only have 900 residents on this whole island. So,
wow.
Now, granted, there's lots of tourists and stuff, but still year-round 900 people, which is really cool. So that was kind of fun. And it's like, holy crap. So we're really excited to go to all those bars. And there's like lavender farms there. We went to those. Unfortunately, it wasn't in bloom quite yet, so we need to see that. And then we tried some of the food with lavender. Some was good, some was not so great, but it is what it is. We saw a stone beach, which is called Schoolhouse Beach, which is all these stones rather than actual, sand. The whole beach is stone, which is really cool to see up there. That was neat. Now, the lake levels are so high. The Maritime Museum was underwater partially, so not a good place for a museum. So, yeah. I was like, and we couldn't even go over to Rock Island, which is just a little bit north there of it, because the port was underwater. So that's a problem. But it was fun.
Museum inside a boat that can rise or something. Yeah, that does sound like a really good idea.
Yeah, so it's like, holy crap. Yeah, so it's like that water level was something like some of the docks were underwater and stuff there. It was something else. I never seen that much kind of water. And then one of the days it was really rough when we were coming back on the ferry. The ferry's going like this. I'm like, holy shit. That was scary because, not doing a whole lot of being on boats in my life. Going over in the morning was fine. Coming back in the evening, not so much. That was pretty scary sitting up on the top of the ferry. I'm sure the ferry guys are like, whatever, it's no big deal. But, as someone who's not used to that, that was kind of scary.
So, of Wisconsin, in terms of the whiskeys, what do you think was sort of like the highlight? Like, okay, I'm going to Wisconsin. Matt, what's one place I shouldn't miss?
Yeah, it's got to be the Mink River Basin. That place was amazing. That bar,
Mink River
we went there twice. I liked it so much we went there twice.
And that's a bar or a distillery?
That's a bar.
Okay, Mink River Bar. Mink River Bar.
Yeah, you got to definitely go check those guys out. Yeah, we're actually going to have them on the channel to talk about their bar. It was so freaking awesome.
Okay.
So, yeah, I really liked that. But like I said, a lot of the bars are really good. Just go to the towny bars you found. Don't go to the tourist bars. There was one place called, which was cool, called Fresno Fuzzies. You can just watch on the beach. Well, my kids were mad because we go there so you can watch the sunset, except for the beach was now missing because it's underwater. They were not pleased. I was like, oh, yeah, go swim while we drink. It'll be great. And they're like, where's the beach? We asked the waitress. She's like, it's underwater. I'm sorry. So they were
So,
displeased.
What did they count for the high water?
Just lots of rainfall, lots of snow melt
Oh,
this last, I guess, 2 or 3 years now. They said it's crazy underwater though, but
Okay.
it is what it is.
Global warming.
Yeah, that's it. Totally, always. You know it. But yeah, so unfortunately, like I said, this one's no longer in business, and Dancing Goat now makes this one instead. So I have not seen the Dancing Goat version, but I got this version. That's the original Death Door version. They also have a white whiskey and a vodka, but I haven't tried those. So we'll see how this is. But I think most people know I like all spirits. So when we went to the Door County, I think we tried 17 different things while we were there. So that was fun.
Wow. In one sitting?
Yeah, that's not a problem. I mean, we're only doing like, this much.
Right. Okay.
I mean, we're used to doing like 30 on our show. So 17 was nothing.
Yeah, so that's the thing. If you go to Scotland, they're so strict. If you're the one driving, they give you driver drams. They don't let you drink. They don't let you drink nothing. Some of them are like, we expect you to act like adults, and they'll treat you like adults, which I prefer. So I might taste one or just a little bit of each, and then take the rest of it back to my hotel. So I still get to sip it while I'm there.
Yeah,
but
that's cool.
I'll take the rest of the sample back to the hotel, and I have the hotel that night.
Yeah, exactly. No, I would love to take a lot of them back. And like I said, we told them to pour really small because I'm like, I want to try them all, and I have to drive. Because after we went there, we went to several more bars after that, and of course, we're eating all day too.
Right.
So it works out fine. I mean, I think after that, we went to 4 wineries after we went there. So it worked out fine. We are professionals and very good at this.
So I'm gonna show you something I'm gonna take with me down to Texas. To the
Right.
I don't know how big the campus is. It's like 30 or 40 acres, something like that.
40 acres, yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around there. And then the main building is at the highest point in Austin. It's on top of a hill, and it's four levels high. The sort of long entry, and then there's the art gallery down the bottom, and the wine cellar. And
yeah, the tower is awesome.
A dining area, and you go up another level, and then there's like the classrooms, and then there's the walk around where they used to record the vault, and then you walk outside the vault from there. Anyway, so the accommodations for students to stay there are really, 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 really nice.
Yeah,
I'll be staying at the Engelbrecht, which I stayed at last time. But anyway, so they have a real nice kitchen there, and it's stocked full of food and so forth. Violet, go away.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So what do you got in the bag?
Okay.
So looks like fish sticks.
So anyway, so for my fellows, it's also got dark real quick for some strange reason. It has to do with the way the light. Anyway, the camera. So while I'm there, to make for my fellow students,
That's awesome. Nice.
and then I got a couple cans of corn, and then some maple syrup. So I'm gonna make my famous bourbon cornbread, except rather than using a honey, I'm gonna use real maple syrup, and it'll be good for dinner or for breakfast, however you want to go with it.
There you go. See, perfect.
And I'll leave the pan down there. I don't know if they have if pans in the kitchen or not. So probably the first night when we check in, it'll actually be my birthday. So I'm gonna see if I can get some meat and ribs, or whatever, from what's the restaurant close
Salt
by?
Lick?
Yeah, Salt Lick. So
Yeah.
I'll probably pick up stuff from Salt Lick, and then I'll make some cornbread and bring a thing of. I don't know if I'll put this whole thing in the burn. That'd be a bit much.
Yeah.
A bit much, but probably at least half of it will go in the cornbread.
There you go.
So something to bring down in my famous bourbon cornbread. I'll be making down there in Texas. So looking forward to that. It'd be a good time. So Richard Amaro is going to be in the class. You know Richard?
Yes, very cool. That'll be fun.
So Richard's going to be in the class as well. It turns out everybody else is going to be in there. I don't know. So looking forward to him. He and I are hitting off really well. He's really cool. So when I go up there, I'm hanging out, and because we're close in age, we're both look shiny on top and got the beards down below. So we got a lot in common, and a real nice guy.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy. Yeah, that'll be fun. I mean, I'm sure every whiskey class is probably pretty great people, no matter who's in there.
Sure. I mean, they're whiskey people, you know.
Exactly. So it's going to be fun. Our class was great. Because we go to a class for Psalm 2 in mid-August. So I'm looking forward to that. It's supposed to be in May, but damn COVID, it got backed up. But it is what it is. But yeah, really looking forward to all that stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah, so I'll probably do the Psalm 2 class after that one. I'll do that one next after that one. Probably. Well, they only do 2 classes a year, right?
Well, they do the 3, but I don't know when they're going to offer that one this year. I'm probably like the fall. So they usually do one in like around April or May, and then another one usually like October or November. So usually offer it twice per year per class, generally.
And then we're supposed to be working on a level 4. I think because Emma is a level 3, and then she was going to do a level 4. She could add her on. We were talking about this, so they're coming up with that. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, that'd be very cool. That's whatever they're planning. I'm sure, no matter what it is, I'm sure it'll be cool. I don't think that's going to be an issue. Let's see what else. So then we were gifted this one, which I have not tried, by John Krantz, who met us up there. This is the High Rye Light Whiskey out of the La Crosse Distilling Co. And it's also Wisconsin whiskey. So I have never, and this is, I guess, a store pick that I guess he helped with the Secret Midnight Whiskey Club pick. This is a 25-gallon barrel that's a year plus a day, and a former full bore rye pick barrel. It's the first pick of theirs. There's 125 bottles. So this is kind of cool. So we're gonna check this out and see if I can figure out how to get this wax off. I don't. Oh, actually, it comes off pretty easily. Wax off. Guess like that. So that made it easy. Let's see what we think of this. I've never had this, know nothing about this distillery. Smells good. It's always a good indicator.
So did you visit any distilleries, or you were just hitting bars and restaurants and stuff, or what?
Oh no, we went and did the Hatch Distillery and the Door County Distillery. Those are 2 distilleries, and then we hit like every good bar we could find. And then anybody said was worth hitting up, we hit up all of them. Like we even hit up a really good rum bar at this place called Island Fever. Food was good. The bar, if you're into rum, like that is an awesome rum bar
to go to during the COVID crisis.
Yeah, that was the great part. No one's there, so it was awesome. So we had the bar to ourselves. So it's like, here, let's go talk to the bartender and drink all these rums and stuff. That was cool.
So before you went up there, did you start making phone calls or check, hey, you guys gonna be open? You gonna be open, or what'd you do?
Yeah, my wife did. She checked like every day what was going to be open, because one of the places we visited was called the Farm, and that's, I guess, basically between Sturgeon Bay and Egg Harbor, where we stayed. There's this place called the Farm, and it's like $20 for the family to get in, and they have like goats and horses and cows and rabbits, chickens, ducks. There's all sorts of cool animals. And so anyway, one of the cool things to see is the kids can feed the baby goats a baby bottle. Oh my gosh, my kids thought that was the greatest thing in the world, and it was great. And then it costs like $0.25 for a baby bottle, and then $0.25 for a bag of like corn feed.
Right.
Well, they taught the cows there, if the cows will stick their tongues out and open their mouths up, you can fire corn in their mouth. That's the coolest thing ever. That was a blast. This is cool. It's just this huge tongue coming out of their mouth, and you're just firing corn there. Yeah, exactly, just like that. And you're throwing corn in the cow's mouth. It was hysterical. Yeah,
so I lived in Ramona, California for 4 years, which is in the hill country of San Diego, about 1,500 feet up. And it's dairies and chicken farms. Although now they've got a lot of wineries, but it's high plains, it's desert in the summertime. But so I knew a lot of the dairymen, a lot of Dutch people came over from the Netherlands. They first went into Michigan. They go, it's too damn cold here. Let's go to California. So then they go to California. And they do dairies there. But I'd go out there just to see the calves have been born and whatever. And you go to pet them, and you try to pet them, and they're sticking their tongue at you like.
Yeah, exactly that. It's like, oh, that tongue is this big slimy thing, and it drooling everywhere. Yeah, it's something else, to say the least. But yeah, my kids had a blast, though, feeding the goats and picking up baby goats and just carrying them around. Piglets. The piglets were not fans of being picked up. They just screamed. Yeah, exactly.
Kind of like
Yeah. The rabbits were cool. The chickens were pretty. Plus, the other cool about this farm is it's also set up as a giant museum. So there's all these cool different buildings on the farm that you can look at all these awesome artifacts. And so it was something for everyone. I had a good time. I also really enjoy petting animals because petting zoos are great, and they're just not fun than just petting all these random animals.
Yeah, city folk like to go out in the country and pet animals.
Yes. Well, see, because like where we live, we have the stockyards, and so one of my favorite things with my kids is to go down to the stockyards. It's like hours of entertainment hanging out with animals, and so it's just different animals to play with. So it was great. It was the big, but of course, the stockyards is this little tent, whatever. Here, I don't know, it was a few acres. It was great. We had a blast out there. Like, we were out there for a couple hours with the kids, and they had a really good time, and that's all that mattered. So we had fun.
So William Davlar says he's heading to Kentucky, depending on COVID, instead this year. So my office shuts down for like 2 weeks at Christmas time. Mm-hmm. Christmas is on a Friday. So, all the festivities of Christmas will be over that night, which means the next morning I can jump on a plane and go to Kentucky. So I'm looking to go to Kentucky too, the week following Christmas, but I'll have to wait and see how things are and if things are going to be open, but I'm planning to go to Kentucky as well. So I've been to 6 distilleries. So I want to visit at least another half a dozen in a week or so. And going back there.
It should be fun. It should be a lot of fun. I guess that's the big thing is, will they all be open?
Right.
Who the hell knows?
But Christmas is a good time. It was like 40 degrees when I was there. It was sunny. There wasn't any rain. So nice cold weather really puts you in the mood for drinking bourbon, So
sure.
And there wasn't a lot of tourism there, so it was nice. So I really liked it there.
Yeah, that was one of the best parts of our trip was, there's basically almost no one there. Because, I don't know if it's because of COVID. It's apparently not quite a peak season there yet either. It's not until July, and they have a lot of cherries and apples, and they don't bloom for another 2 or 3 weeks. So it was great for us. And it was a little rainy, and we don't give a shit. You've been here for Texas rain. You know what that shit's like. We're like, this is not rain. This is a joke. So my kids are like out on the beach. The only kids on the beach, in the water. They're having a blast. Well, I sat there with an umbrella, sitting there just sitting on the phone. It was great. The kids, they went 2 or 3 times. We had a private beach because no one else was out there. I'm like, I don't know why you're not in the water. This place is awesome.
So when I was heading back to the airport, the last day there, in my last trip to Austin, I get on so already, as I check the weather app, and it already says there's going to be, thunder, lightning, whatever. But as I get on the freeway and I'm heading towards the Austin airport, smack dab in front of me is, the lightning bolt.
Yep.
See, in California, you might see a flash of lightning like this, just a big flash of light, like someone using an old, a picture with a flash bulb on it. This is the freaking lightning bolts. Mm-hmm. And it was like totally in line as if I'm heading towards the flashing, the bolts. And I was just like, I know it'll blow over by the time it's time for the plane to take off.
Yeah.
Of course, the app is correct. So I'm not worried about flying now. I just don't want to get hit by lightning on the way out there. That would not be good.
No, the lightning we get here is freaking scary as all hell.
Yeah, Texas is nutso.
Yeah, so for us, it was like, oh, this is great weather. It's like, who cares? Plus, what was really nice was most days it was in the 70s, but one day it was down to 55, and that was awesome.
Yeah, sure.
My wife's like, you're not going to put on pants? Hell no. I'm sitting out with shorts and a T-shirt. 55? Yes, I am. It's summertime, and this feels great. Yeah, because we took some boat tours and stuff and saw the caves, and that was really cool. Went to a bunch of lighthouses and stuff. But yeah, that was fantastic out in the water. Dang, it was a little raft, more or less, with a speed boat and with a raft, and I think it only held 12 people. There's only 2 other people on the boat, so there's 6 of us on the boat with the captain. It was awesome. So yeah, that was fun. And then we went to this place called Pilot Island. It's like the birds from Alfred Hitchcock. It's creepy. Okay. There's birds freaking everywhere. They've shit on everything. So the trees have all died because there's so much shit everywhere. So it's insane. And it's just like, oh hell no.
Bird Island?
Yeah, it's just total birds everywhere.
Actually, that movie was filmed here in California in Bodega. Really? Yeah, in Bodega Bay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary. I'm like, nope. Pass on the birds. We went right up to the island. They were not so thrilled about that at all. I'm like, please don't fly out with a boat because I really don't want to get shit on. Thankfully, no one got shit on. That would have been bad because there's thousands of freaking birds out. There's like pelicans, seagulls, What the fuck else? There's several different other kinds of birds. I mean, things we don't have here. So it's kind of cool to see all the birds, but it's spooky to say the least. And then there's this like abandoned lighthouse, and then it still works because it's all electronic and run from land. And this old lightkeeper's house is kind of falling apart. But yeah, so it's interesting to see all that stuff up close, which you can't do any other way except for in these little boats. And we saw some shipwrecks, which is pretty cool because there's tons of those up there apparently. So yeah, it was all sorts of cool, fun shit up there.
So other than say Texas distilleries and Wisconsin distilleries, because you said you hadn't been to Kentucky,
nope.
You been in the other place? This is of note.
I went to Old Smoky out in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. That was actually really fun. I had a blast out there. We met with their owner. We went with Johnny Baker because I know the local rep here, and he set us up with a tour. What he didn't tell us is Johnny Baker's one of the owners for Old Smoky, and so we just hang out with him for like 2.5 hours, and that was awesome.
Oh, cool.
He was a super cool dude, and yeah, they own 3 different distilleries in Tennessee, and the 4th one's almost done. And
is
so
it in a wet county or a dry county?
It's very wet.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it was really cool out there.
Daniels was in a dry county, which is kind of crazy.
Which is totally nuts. But yeah, we had a blast out there. That was fun. That was like 3 years ago. And then we've been to Michigan. We went to Traverse City Distillery, and we went to Traverse City Whiskey Co. and then to Grand Traverse while we were up there. So those were fun. So they're all good stuff. Oh, there's Phil. How's it going? Yes, bacon always makes us hungry. And since I don't have any bacon tonight because Will's sick, so there's no bacon here. It's disappointing.
Yeah, it is. It's right up here. We got a lot of bacon.
You have to lick the screen. Yeah.
So another whiskey region I want to visit would be in Denver.
Yeah, they got good whiskey out there.
Yeah, that begins with the ST. Stranahan.
Yeah, Stranahan.
I know Bart from Scotch Test Dummies. He's been there, picked up some stuff. So sometimes, if I have to go to the East Coast, I could go to Denver, do a layover there.
That'd be cool.
Hours and run around, visit some distilleries, then jump back on the plane, and then head out. In fact, maybe if I think about it, my next time I go to Texas, I'll schedule it where I'll go to Denver, and then visit some distillers there, and then go from there down to Texas because I like to go in that area too.
There's a ton of distilleries in Colorado because I got a buddy who lives out there, and he sent me tons of different samples, and they make some pretty good whiskey out in Colorado that I've enjoyed thoroughly. Unfortunately, some of them actually have closed now because of COVID and have gone out of business, which blows.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which does suck. So, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I've tried probably at least almost 20 different ones out there, and the vast majority have been really good. Like Leopold Brothers, I really like their rye a lot. There's one called I think Black Forest that was good. One called Old Blue that made really good bourbon. One thing called Peach Street, I think that make all smoked whiskeys, which were really nice. Yeah, there's a lot of really good distilleries out there that are just little tiny craft ones that are worth trying. Of course, Stranahan's the big bad one,
right?
The biggest name, and that, and was it Tin Cup? I guess. Of course, Tin Cup's kind of a blend between MGP and Stranahan's. So they make. And theirs is okay. There's a lot of other better, as far as I'm concerned, out of Colorado, but it is what it is. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there. So I think you'd have a good time out there for sure.
And then there's one up in near Portland, Oregon.
Is it Westward?
Yeah.
They make good stuff too.
Yeah, Westward. And then what's the other? It sounds very similar to it, but it's up in Washington.
Oh, that's Westland.
Yeah, Westland and Westward, right? Right. So those are both sort of northwest United States. And those have been getting some attention. So I'd kind of like to go up to Portland because that's Pinot Noir country, real nice Pinot Noir wines. It's sort of like a cross between California and Burgundy, France, in terms of the style of the Pinot Noir, and then visit a distillery up there while I'm up there. And that's about 10-hour drive from 9 to 10 hours from here, or you can get there in an hour and a half flight or whatever. That's another region I'd like to go up there and visit.
Oh, McCarthy's is up there too. You might want to give them a whirl.
Up in Oregon?
Yeah, they've been around since the 80s.
Okay.
85s when they opened. They make great peated whiskey. I really like.
I've driven all over Oregon, but I was visiting wineries. I wasn't even in the whiskey at the time.
Oh, and Woodinville's up in Washington too. You might give them a whirl.
Okay, yeah, and apparently McCarthy's. Someone's William Devilar in the comments here.
Apparently, we have the same thoughts. William Devilar. Yes, the two places. Yeah.
So he says Syrahs are amazing. So actually, if you want Syrah, you want to go to Eastern Washington, not Willamette. Go to Eastern Washington for actually killer Syrah. And the Cabernets are real nice as well. I know now we're getting into wine because I'm here, so you have to bring up wine at some point.
Oh, and Pat said Bull Run's up there as well, which I think I've had one or two things. I think they were sourced what I've had from them. They were good though. But
we're hitting 8:30 my time. I got to get up in the morning, and we've been on for about an hour and a half. So I'm going to need to sign out. Sharon,
okay.
Thanks for having me
on, Eric. Appreciate it.
So I don't know if you're going to carry on.
Yeah, I'll carry on with everybody.
Okay.
Because they would be.
William and Sarah, hope you get over, get well soon if they're watching here.
Yeah, hopefully they get better. Yeah, Will's never sick, so it's bad if he's sick.
Yeah, hopefully it's nothing serious. But hopefully it's nothing serious as well.
Yeah, not. We think it's that cloud of all that crap that's coming over here from.
It's a weird ass dust storm or some shit.
Yeah, and that's what they think it is that dust storm.
Okay. All right. So we got the COVID, we got the dust storm. We're pretty soon we'll probably have shitload of fires going on here in California.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah.
Whatever happened to the killer hornet? When there was it?
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that one kind of went away.
I guess it didn't work out.
Yeah, I guess that one didn't work out. Oh, bummer. I was hoping to make a movie out of it. Like, Jesus, that one freaking thing after another.
It's one hell of a year, that's for sure.
All right, so I'm going to sign out, and thanks for having me on. And I hope everyone has a good week. Be safe and cheers.
All right, cheers.
All right, and Violet, you behave. Because Christmas is coming soon.
Yeah. What, Violet?
Now I have 1,942.
You have enough. Buy the thing.
All right.
Something else.
Cheers.
All right. Cheers. Night. See ya. Anyway, so fun times. So let's see. What other fun crap do we do up in Wisconsin? We hit up a lot of really cool places. There was a place called Mike's Grill and Pub that was really nice. It was a real cool veterans place. I really liked that a lot. They like the best freaking French fries ever. That place was awesome. I'd hit that up if anybody goes up there. That's a really cool little bar. Let's see, what are the good bars? There's a place called Bayside. Another really cool one. That's in Fish Creek. So yeah, basically when you're up there, I guess since this point, so we'll just go through the whole damn thing. Ooh, yes, Spring Break is great. So basically, we flew into Green Bay, and then you kind of drive up northeast. You go through Sturgeon Bay, which basically is now cut by a canal that was artificially cut to not have to go around the peninsula. So anyway, went up that, and and the next city up there is Egg Harbor. Well, I guess there's Carlsville and some other little towns, but anyway. We went and stayed in Egg Harbor, which is a town of a couple hundred. And like I said, they had this awesome grocery store called the Main Street Market. So if anybody's up there, check that place out. They have great freaking liquor selection, and liquor store manager was really cool. I did have some good beer. We did some of the Spotted Cow. We did from New Glarus, which, let's see, we tried the APA, which was really nice. I know someone said to try Serendipity, but I wasn't unfortunately able to find that one. But, I hadn't looked that hard either. I was drinking quite a bit all the time, but that's okay. It was fun. We went to a place called One Barrel Brewing. They did some good. My favorite thing there was called the Cookie Monster, and it was, I think, a chocolate stout, and that was really good. So we went to the Door County Brewery as well. I tried, what the hell did I have there? It was a hibiscus and lemon beer. That was interesting. It was decent. It's not my favorite, but it worked out fine. And we went to the Shipwreck Pub. That had actually really good beer at the Shipwreck Pub, and that's in Egg Harbor. And I think I tried 8 different beers while I was there. Of course, they're little 3-ounce ones, so it was fine. And plus, our hotel was a mile away, if that. So it worse than worse, I could walk there, but it's not high alcohol; it's beer, which was fun. So it was good times. for the 100-year crusade. But yeah, that was fun. Let's see, what other places did we try? As far as beer goes, it may have been the only brewers you made it to. I think that's the only brewers we went to. I can't remember the other ones. The Canadian Rockies. That should be fun. Very nice. Did you get to try? I did. Not in Madison. We did try some old fashions in Door County, though. We tried one in a place called Riverfront Mary's, which was fantastic. It was another local bar my wife found. The place was great. So like I said, the food was really good. We had first time we had a fried cheese curds, which are fantastic, by the way. If you guys hadn't had them, those were really tasty. I really liked those a lot. So we did try. So the difference between there and most places is their old fashions are made with brandy, so they're super sweet. And they ask you if you want whiskey or brandy, and do you want it sweet or sour? Well, we tried it both ways. I thought the one with brandy and sweet was fantastic. That was probably one of my favorite old fashions I ever had. Eric, I don't know if they're a beer battered or not. I guess I'd have to ask Waterfront Mary's. I don't know. I really liked the bar there. We had like 4 drinks there. It was great. The food was really good. We had some burgers and we had some other food there, a bunch of other fried stuff. It was delicious. That's all I know. It was really good. But yeah, so that was good stuff. Let's see, where else did we eat? We ate at so one of the other famous places everywhere to go to up there is this place called Al Johnson's, and highly recommend it. I know several, like Eric and Pat and Scott also, you got to go to Al Johnson's. Totally worth it. So this place is it's a Swedish restaurant, and they have goats on the roof. The roof is grass, so the goats are up there eating the grass, which is really cool. And the food was awesome. So we tried, I guess, poutine, which ended up being basically a bunch of fried foods poured over with Swedish, more or less brown gravy with Swedish meatballs. It was awesome. And then I was like, well, I want to eat some Swedish food. It's like, I told the waiter, just tell us on the menu that's like super Swedish. I don't know what the hell it was called, but it was awesome. It was all these meats and onions and different vegetables. And then it also came with like pickled beets and stuff. And then it had that with a lingonberry iced tea. It was, oh my gosh, it was freaking awesome. So yeah, we tried that. My wife had the Swedish pancakes. And the food was great there. It was really, really good food. So we liked that. And then the next day, next to that place, there's a place called the Starber, and it's a giant freaking outdoor beer garden and bar, and it was awesome. Swedish meatballs are delicious, but so I had to try every Swedish drink they had except for one, which I refused to drink, was the Thor's Hammer, because it was aquavit and pickled herring. And there was no way in hell. After watching Ed almost vomit on air drinking it, and he's from there, no, not drinking that shit. So, oh yes, the lingonberries are really good. I really like that stuff. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate that. That stuff was, my wife's like, those are the best pancakes ever. You gotta know how to make those. I'm like, I don't freaking know how to make Swedish pancakes. So apparently they sell the mix. So I have to order some of the mix. But yeah, it was really tasty stuff. So anyway, I tried, what the hell? We tried all these different aquavits. We tried, oh no, Eric, I couldn't do it. It looked revolting. I could not bring myself to drink that. We tried some kind of meads. We tried multiple mixed beverages. We pretty much tried the whole damn menu at Starbucks. We were there for a few hours. It was great. And then eventually took the kids to go swimming across the way over in the Sister Bay. On the beach over there. So that was fun. So we went to there. What did we eat that night? I don't know. Hell, there was a lot of eating and drinking. Either way, let's see what other good bars were there. Just pretty much a fantastic bar in every city. It didn't really matter. Everywhere, pretty much every bar we went to. The only bar that sucked was the most expensive place was this place called the Waterfront, and it was in Sister Bay. We went there like the last night we were there. The bar sucked. I did not recommend that bar at all. No. They didn't even have any freaking single malt, which did not please me. They're like, oh, so I ended up getting freaking Cutty Sark because that was the best they had. I'm like, yes, I'm sorry. Ugh. But yeah, so that was interesting. But yeah, I was like, really, you don't have any single malt at this expensive restaurant? Disappointing. So I'm going to try this brandy here that my wife really liked from the Door County Distillery, which is pretty tasty stuff. That would be great, Eric. You give me the ingredients for that. That'd be fantastic. That's good. But yeah, so we're supposed to get like, a window front, watch the sunset and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, food was good, but it was expensive and it just wasn't that great. And so afterward, I told my wife, we have to go to a real bar now. So then we drove back up. I think it's like 8 minutes back up to Ellison Bay. And we went up there, went back to the Mink River Basin to drink some more because it's a real bar and it was actually good. So that was a big plus. Swedish or sourish? I think there's just all Swedish, but all good. But yeah, so that was good. Let's see, where else did we go? We went to, I think, 6 or 7 lighthouses. So if you guys are into lighthouses, oh my gosh, lighthouses up there are really cool. One of the ones we went to was called the Cana Island Lighthouse. Well, the water is really deep, so they have this tractor and this kind of like a hayride, except for there's no hay. It's just a big wagon, and you sit in this wagon. They charge, I think, like $10. Anyway, because the water is pretty rough there. And so they take this tractor across these rocks and go to the island to see the lighthouse, which is really cool. And they said this thing, because mostly goes underwater, the tractor. They have to replace, they said, the starter every 6 weeks. It's not good. I'm like, maybe it's time for someone to get a snorkel for the tractor. Just a suggestion. But, whatever. Keep replacing the starter. Whatever works for you. Anyway, the lighthouse was really cool. You got to go in all the whole quarters of where the thing that sucked, which I don't like heights, so I wasn't going to climb it. My wife was mad because they don't have enough volunteers to sit up inside the lighthouse to let you climb it right now, which is unfortunate for her because she really wanted to do it. But it is what it is. Let's see. Yeah, so that place is really cool, and you can walk around the little island. It's fun. So that was good stuff. Let's see what else. Oh, Eric wants to talk about the Hatch mash bill in the bourbon. I'm trying to remember, is it on here? I know we talked about it. It's really interesting. The hell was it? I want to say it was like 30. Was it 36% rye, something like that, Eric? I can't remember it offhand. I think it was something like that. Yes, that's also why I'm vertically challenged. Exactly. That's totally the problem. Yeah, I hate heights. I don't do heights. The only time I'll do a height is if it involves a distillery. Other than that, no, I'm not doing it. It scares the crap out of me. Yeah, okay, that's right. Yeah, they don't use any barley. They just use 65% bourbon. 65% corn and 35% rye. So then they use enzymes. So which was really interesting not to have any barley in the bourbon. So which is quite. I don't know of any other distiller that does that. If you guys know one, let me know. I just don't know of one. But it's great stuff. Well, I don't know what heights. I mean, a couple stories. I mean, for me, that's scary. Oh, for other people, I'm sure they're like, yeah, whatever. But as far as I'm concerned, that's scary. But, that's just me. I don't like heights. Not a fan. But, kind of like look like at Balcones, they have really tall fermenters, and they're outside, so they're high enough. Oh, thank you, Eric. I did go up the, 3 or 4 stairs at Hatch to look inside. Yeah. I guess they'd had an explosion the day before, and there's freaking mash everywhere, all over the place. But, it was still kind of fun to look at either way. It was a mess, but it works. That's not the thing. Yeah, you're right, Eric. Hold up for a minute. That's about right. Yeah, because I think if anybody's seen the picture in Discord, which is pretty hilarious, they're like, holy crap, you're really short. Yeah, Eric's also really tall. So, he's about a foot taller than I am. Which is pretty funny. But yeah, so anyway, so they have a lot of other really cool stuff at Hatch. They have a gin that they had some earlier. They had also interesting botanicals in there. They had a limoncello, which my wife really, really liked, and is mad at me for not getting her a bottle. So yeah. So, which is why at the other distillery we got several bottles for my wife. So we still have to go back, and I guess when we have them on, he'll send us some samples of it. So she'll be very happy about that. Yeah, that stuff was good. They said it take 5,000 lemons and zest them. I think he said it takes like 5 days to do this, to make this limoncello, and it's delicious. If you guys are anything like that, it was quite good. See what other cool stuff they had. A brandy. Yeah, I got pictures on my phone here. They had all sorts of cool stuff, but yeah, they had a lot of good things. That's the thing I noticed up there is when they say we're gonna make things, they make a lot of things. They don't just make one thing, which is I guess good for them. So you can't fault anybody for that. That's for sure. Yeah, like I said, I think they probably had maybe 10 or 11 products at Hatch, and they had 17 at Door County. So, which is quite a bit. They had a rum, and then they had, what was it called? Harbor Dog, which was like a rum, but not quite. That was good. Yeah, they had all sorts of cool stuff. But yeah, when we have them on, we'll talk all about each of those products. Should be fun. Let's see, what else do we have there? Yeah, there was all sorts of cool stuff, but let's see. So what are the lighthouses? So we saw the Plum Island Lighthouse. There's another lighthouse. So one of the other big things we did went to state parks. And if you like parks, like like national parks, except for their state parks there has some quite nice parks that we really enjoy with the kids. You could drive around the whole things, or you could hike them, or you can camp in them. My kids got to experience their first time with outhouses, so that was very entertaining with the pit toilets, which I thought was hilariously funny. Yeah, my daughter says she got to pee like a man, was very excited about peeing in a hole. So good for her. Anyway, so that was pretty entertaining. Let's see what else. They liked that. I thought that was pretty cool. They had a lighthouse in there we got to look at. That was cool. Yeah, they'd never seen. And they got to take their first shower like on the beach. So they went to the place called the Nicolette Beach, and it's this little beach that's there inside of the state park, in Peninsula State Park. And they had showers there. And they thought that was the coolest damn thing, that there were showers on the beach. So they got to check those out after they got out of the water. They thought that was pretty neat. So, that's cool. Whatever excites you, I guess, works for me. So they thought that was pretty funny. They also found some other. So there's, of course, not the only outhouses they got to use. Some of the other beaches, oh my God, they smelled so bad. There was one, we were in Bailey's Harbor, which is on the east side of the peninsula. Holy crap. That thing smelled almost as bad as Klingman's Dome, which is out in up in the mountains up in what mountain range is that? Old Smoky Mountains, up in the Tennessee North Carolina border. Oh, and that thing was terrible. Yeah, this thing was just as bad, except for near the beach. So yeah, not great. But good news is that beach was also private because there was only kids there in the water because it was raining. So they had fun at Bailey's Harbor too. But let's see, we went to this place called the Ridges, which is a really cool sanctuary there. So they're really big into conservation. They started doing this like 100 years ago, which is kind of cool. Like Peninsula State Park there used to be a bunch of residents that lived there, and as they died off, they said they could stay there until they died off. And once they died off, they had to basically revert the land over to the government to be part of the state park. And I guess they pay them or whatever the wage they came up with. But anyway, so there's this other place called the Ridges, and that's in Bailey's Harbor. And you walk around these, I guess it's planked, I guess would be the best way to consider it. And you walk along, and then you see all this different wildlife. So my kids saw their first deer. Like, this deer was probably 15 feet from us. They thought that was really cool. So Pat, you've been to the same lovely one there at the Klingman's Dome. Yes, that outhouse is horrible. Yes, anyone that's been there knows it's horrible, horrible outhouse. But that's a different story. Well, anyway, so they saw their first, first deer up close, so that was cool. Let's see what else. And they had, what's really cool about that place is, like I said, you have all this wildlife, but at the end of the trail there's two lighthouses, and one is one's a white light, one's a red light, so you can line them up so that you're going the right direction and don't run into land. which was really cool for the kids to see that. Right, I mean, you literally just walked up to both of them. They're probably, I don't know, maybe 100 yards apart, something like that, which is pretty cool for them to see that right there in person with the lights on. And then one night, I went to this called the Newport Park, and in Newport, it's a dark park, which means there's no artificial light whatsoever. Holy crap, is it dark! But the cool part about that is you see stars you didn't know existed. That it's like being in the world's greatest planetarium, except for it's real. That is unbelievable how awesome that was. Like my kids, it was kind of cold at night, which actually worked out good. So there weren't a whole lot of people there, and just it was amazing to see all the different stars. Which I mean, thousands of stars are out that you've never seen, being from the city. So that was really quite cool. So if you guys haven't ever get a chance to check something out, a dark park out, that is a really quite the thing to see. So we had a blast doing that, which is the first time we stopped at the Mink River was after the dark park. We needed to stop for a drink. It was very important. So we had to stop back there that night, spend another hour at the bar. The cool thing was when we left the bar about midnight, we drove back from Ellison Bay to Egg Harbor. Not a single car passed us for 30 minutes. 0 cars. I don't think it's ever happened my entire life. It was crazy. Not within 15 feet, JJ. And plus, there's no deer where I live. You have to go out a ways. Yeah, in DFW, there's no deer unless you go out a little bit west of here or whatever. And you don't see deer. Now, if you go to San Antonio, they're in a damn front yard. They don't give a shit. And they have stupid laws or you can't shoot the damn things, which is most unfortunate. Otherwise, you have free food every day in your front yard. Yes, up north they have real deer. Yes, they definitely have real deer. The other cool thing for my kids was we saw 3 raccoons in the park, because they've never seen those up close, which is really cool. There's 3 little raccoons just playing in the middle of the freaking road because, they're fucking raccoons. So that was pretty entertaining. We saw turkeys. Those were really cool. I think we saw 3 turkeys. We saw 2 foxes, one in Sister Bay and one in Egg Harbor, running down the beach, which was entertaining to see. And then we saw an otter. That was cool. So my kids had never seen. So this otter. It was a little otter. It's probably about this long, and it jumps out of this hole. We were down in Sturgeon Bay at one of the lighthouses, and then just this hole. It's got a fish in its mouth. It just runs along, and I'm like, oh, there's this little otter. It was really cool to see that. So they got to see a lot of cool little wildlife we'd never get to see up here. So it was cool. And they have dogs. That's funny.
They did have dogs.
Yes, you saw dogs too. We don't count dogs. Yes, we did see dogs at the bar. It's true.
At Mink River.
Yes, the dog at Mink. Oh, yes, there was a dog at Mink River. That's right. One of the employees had a dog there. That's true. That's right. Trash pandas. Hey, that's right. And those trash pandas were really cool. And then they just look at me like, why the hell are you driving here, asshole? It's like, get the hell out of the way, you damn raccoons. Like, I don't run anybody over. It's like something like,
And we saw turkeys.
yes, I know. We told them we saw turkeys. It's very cool. So, yeah, so it saw all sorts of cool things they never got to do. So we took, like I said, we also took a scenic boat tour, which is cool. It's called the Fish Creek Scenic Tours. We went to that. It's kind of like a big, it kind of looks like a paddle boat, but I don't know what the hell, but it's really motorized, whatever it is. I don't know what the hell they're called. I don't know what the hell boats are called. But anyway, it was fun. Did I just tune into Mutual Omaha's Wild Kingdom? Oh, that's so funny. That's too funny. No, we're just talking about the things my kids have never seen because, living in the city, they got to go out and see all this really cool wildlife and other fun things up there. Let's see. What else did they see? So it was just this tour on the boat. Hell, see, Belle went to sleep, and it was really calming. It was a really sunny day that day, and that was it. So that was fun. Let's see, what else? Let's see. Yeah, Pat, if you want to join, that's fine. I'll let you in. Don't bother me here. Let me send you a link real quick if you want to join. Let's see. What else did we see? We took my kids on the first ghost tour. Which was on this trolley, which is could drink beer on the or whatever else you wanted on the trolley which I guess what the hell is it called? I guess the Door County Trolleys. So we took this cool ghost tour. It was like 2.5 hour ghost tour. That was pretty great. Took all these different places up and down and went to cemeteries and stuff. And the kids thought that was cool. Of course, Violet was so tired. She passed out during the ghost tour. But then she woke up because they sing Ghostbusters and stuff. And one of the things that was great is Werewolves in London. And we're going up and down the streets just randomly howling at people. And let me tell you how great that is with a bunch of people who have been drinking. That's awesome. I can't think of a much more fun way than to scream at random people howling from a trolley car. It was pretty fantastic, to say the least. Let's see. Hold on here. There. Right one? Yeah, I think so. All right. Link. All right. Send. Anyway. So, yeah. So it was very entertaining, to say the least. Just seeing people do that. Mike's trying to buy whiskey? Okay. You've been on the phone. That's always a problem. You get bears in your backyard? Wow, that's cool. I don't think my kids have ever seen a bear up and close. I know when I was a kid, we would go to Lake Tahoe, and we'd see the bears up there. Some of the bears came to the front door. That's really scary when the bear's fogging up the window. Thankfully, the bear did not decide to destroy the front door when we were up there in Lake Tahoe, thank God. So that was something else. Oh. Really? They had bears and wolves? No, we didn't. We might have heard some wolves up in the park, but I didn't see any wolves, which is a plus. Let's see. What other cool stuff we take the kids to do? Yeah, they had. What other cool stuff did you see, Violet, while we were up there? What other cool stuff did we take you to do? You don't know? It's all good. Oh, yes. So Violet had to drink mac and cheese, or not drink, eat mac and cheese like everywhere we go. Do you have mac and cheese? Do you have mac and cheese? So Island Fever, they had this, came out like, here, I'm going to get Pat in here. Let's see. There's the button. Hey, Pat, how's it going?
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Had the YouTube playing at the same time, and I was in the background.
We've all done that. It's all good.
When they were saying bears and wolves, we were up at the Apostle Islands, and we found a dive bar like you went to. It was called the Gill Net Tug. Nice. And we drove down a dirt road to pull into it. We thought it was someone's house at first. And really didn't know. It was like, we're gonna go in. And we were the only people there. We had a few drinks, and we went out on the back porch. And then when we got back in, the lady's like, you have to be careful out there. There were wolves up there last week. And I was like, well, fuck going outside then. I'm going to stay inside.
Well, why didn't you tell me that before I went outside?
This is like, well, apparently I wasn't tipping well enough before that point or something. I don't know.
Yeah, apparently. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. There were wolves.
They wander through and back. I'm like, I'm going to stay inside. Just drink the rest of the night then. But
it would have been nice to know. So
exactly.
Have you been to that Mink River Basin ever?
I haven't been there in a long time.
Okay.
Last time I was there, I did not appreciate whiskey as much at that point in my life.
Oh, well, you got to go back.
Yeah, that's what it was on my list of stuff. Once you guys were going through it, I'm like, I've driven. I always go past the damn place, but I don't know.
Yeah, that place was awesome. I was very excited about that place. I'm so glad Scott made us stop there. Okay, the one place I do not recommend, though, was the Viking Grill. That place I was not thrilled about.
Okay, I didn't mean to laugh, but I agree. Okay.
So I'm thinking, it's going to be this badass Viking place. No, there's like this bullshit little boat on the wall with this little Viking and these like little like metal figurines. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This is the fucking Viking Grill? What the fuck? And then the food, it's not bad food, but for what they're charging, it's like, what the hell? It's like a fucking diner, except for they want to charge like regular restaurant prices. Like, this is bullshit. We went there for lunch because unfortunately when we got there, Mink River wasn't open yet for food. And I was like, fuck. So we had to go there and we're like, oh my gosh, this worst freaking Viking place ever.
Yeah, that place got me too once. We went in there and just like you said, I was expecting it to be like, play into the theme. Don't call yourself the Viking Grill and not like
don't have a single horned helmet. I'm sorry. I just feel like you should lean into that shit. But no, it was not good. Like we ate there. It's one of those places where I ate, and then when Sherry and I left, I was like, is there a Burger King nearby or something? I need something else to cover the, like it doesn't even have to be good, but I just need that extra something to cover where I'm not satisfied at the moment.
Yeah, it was like, what the hell? Oh, and the place has not been updated since the 70s. Like, it has not changed. Well, you go in the bar, and actually, their bar was actually fairly cool. The drink I had was not great, though, but that's whatever. But as far as the bar looks goes, cool. If you're in the 70s, it's never changed. All the bar mirrors are like these fucking Budweiser, like ice-breaking ships and shit from the 70s. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like something out of a time warp. And nothing's hell. The waitresses are from the 70s too, so whatever. Nothing has changed in this place ever. It's like, holy crap! Yeah. So it's funny. I was talking to the bartender at the Mink River. He's like, "I'm so sorry you had to go there. That place sucks." He goes, "I just start laughing when I went there." He's like, "Yeah, I do that to everyone. That place is terrible." I'm like, "Yeah, wish there should be a fucking sign outside that says we suck. Don't go there." I will warn everyone: do not go to the Viking Grill. It blows.
The only other place I was going to ask you about, did you guys go to the Wild Tomato? Either one of them?
No, we looked at the menu and we looked
Fair
at the
enough.
pizza. I said, "What the fuck is that? I'm not eating that. This shit looks weird." And then I spent $25 for a fucking pizza. Hell no. So we went back to we went to Wilson's instead, which was the right place. Wilson's was fucking awesome. That food was that's an Ephraim, which we haven't even talked about Ephraim yet. That food was incredible. That was the best food we had there, and the ice cream was unbelievable. That place was great.
When we were up there like the week or two before you guys went, we definitely stopped there. We had to sit out on the patio and stuff, but I mean, definitely worth it. And I think I was that's when I was supposed to be eating healthier, and I went in and I'm like, I looked inside after I ordered food and I saw some chick eating a double cheeseburger. I'm like, well, if she's having one, I would like to change my order. I will take a double cheeseburger and the fries and whatever else. And it's really damn good. And the ice cream's awesome. And
it's so good.
It is like an old time ice cream parlor. If people, whenever you go there, it's like we have 30 different flavors, and then you can start throwing shit on it on top.
Yeah.
Like it.
And then we got the massive liter root beer. Holy shit, that root beer is amazing. So me and my kids shared this liter root beer. Oh, and they're like, we don't have the diet though. I'm like, whatever. I want to try this giant root beer because that sounds. And the root beer was incredible. Yeah, and we had this awesome waitress. I guess her real job, she was a teacher, I guess down in Chicago, but she was up for the summer because, COVID. She's like, I got nothing to do. And all the sports are canceled. And so she's like, well, I guess her sister's in college and works there. So she got a job there too. And she was great. My kids thought she was awesome. So yeah, she was a lot of fun. So we had a really good time at Wilson's, and that was some great food. I would highly recommend. Ephraim in general was a beautiful city. I just love that Moravian thing. Was really cool. It was just really, really pretty. That's probably the prettiest of all the villages, to be real honest. It was cool. We went to the fish boil over at the old post office.
Okay.
So it wasn't bad. The show was really cool. The food wasn't bad. The fish bowl, but it's just kind of blah. It's just like, okay, well, that was interesting. There's not a whole lot of flavor to it.
When you're going from boiled to everything being fried in some type of batter, there's just that whole 2 extra layers of stuff that's probably not good for you, but is absolutely delicious.
The fried perch that had an Island Fever. Holy crap, was that good?
When you mentioned them, I got jealous because they do have an awesome rum selection.
Yes, they do.
That's the nice thing about up there is like there's a little hole in the walls that are all of a sudden it's like I had no idea they had this much taste and class inside this little tiny bar.
And it looks like a house on the outside. It looks like a shithole. And you go, it's just like Mink River. It looks like a shithole on the outside. You go, it's like, how the fuck is this here? In the middle of fucking nowhere is this incredible bar after incredible bar. How the hell did all these people come in one fucking place and just bar after bar is amazing?
What was it when they have one place? It's called the English Inn. It's kind of like a supper club up there.
We drove by that place. That place looks fucking awesome on the outside. Yeah. I don't know if it was any good or not. I know as we drove by, I took a shitload of pictures because it was cool as shit looking. How did you ever?
I've eaten up at the one up there. They have one in Green Bay, just on their way out of town going up there. And the food is really good. One of the. I love the steaks there. Totally. I mean, sounds dumb, but
the waterfront. As you're saying.
Yeah, I agree.
I tried to convince my wife. Oh, I was like, we already seen the sunset at Fred and Fuzzy, so I was like, we don't need to see the fucking thing over here. No, everybody was like, God damn it! Now it really pisses me off. I could have gone there and had good food. Well, such is life.
The English Inn is one of the few places up there that have the Louis Vuitton bottle, and they go through like for a summer. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, they're like people. Like, because I was talking to him about it, and like, oh, I know what that bottle is. He's like, well, I have to walk around the back to get the keys to get into that from the back side of the bar to get it. And he goes, people from Chicago come up and get like 2, 3, 4 ounces or whatever, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I don't even want to know what you're charging, but I know what you have to be charging for. And he's like, he goes, and the weird thing is, I've had people come in and ask for a King Louis old fashioned, and I'm like, what the fuck? What? Yeah, I'm like, are you shitting me? He's like, the other bartender, the older guy, comes up. He's like, no, seriously, some people will ask us to do that. And he goes, all we do is ask them twice before we make it if that's really what they want us to do. And they're like, yes, we do. And I'm like,
okay,
I can't imagine the type of money you have to just throw away.
Oh yeah, all mansions are incredible up there. But oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. That's insane.
Yeah, what, like $200 old fashioned?
Right. Oh yeah, easy. That's nuts. It's a fucking old fashioned. That's crazy. I'm sure it's amazing.
Yeah. But would you rather sit there with it by yourself? I mean, I might take it and walk outside to the woods and go for a walk by myself rather than stay at the restaurant.
It's nuts.
But no, wow. He said that he's like, yeah, we'll go through like 3 or 4 bottles in the summer. I'm like, bullshit. I'm like, I know bars that it sits there for 3 years before it even gets touched. So
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, there's one bar here I know that carries it. Yeah, they're like, it's the same one they started the bar with. Yeah, and that was like 5 years ago. It didn't change. Nobody drinks that because it's $100 for half an ounce. It's like, fuck no.
But yeah, so I mean, that was the one where I'm like, bullshit. And they're like, no, yeah. I'm like,
that's wild.
I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm just going to stick with your Basil Hayden right now. I was like,
yeah, for real. Yeah, pass. That's crazy. I'll take whatever I think they use, what the hell is it? North something brandy. It's got a little man walking on the front of it. I don't know what the hell it was called. That one was pretty good, I thought. At least in the old fashioned it was. That's the one we used at a couple places. Eric wants to know if you've been to Scootero's Baking Co. and Cafe. You ever been to that place?
I have, but I don't remember it because it was during a weekend that it was someone's bachelor party. And I'm going to say I couldn't give fair statements about anything we did that weekend. That's not...
yeah, it's probably for the best.
I wasn't all there. That's just an honest, honest statement. Like everything was delicious except for like a few drinks that someone made us that weekend.
Happens. Have you been to that Mike's Pub and Grill that's right down the street from the Island Fever in Bailey's Harbor?
No, I haven't been to that one.
Hit that place up. The place is fucking awesome.
Did you? Okay, in Bailey's Harbor too, and I'm guessing you didn't because you went to that one. Did you go to the Blue Ox?
No, I saw it, but we did not stop there.
Okay, if you ever go back again, try the Blue Ox.
That one's good too. Okay,
that one's really good too. I guess
that's what is it? Wait, is that Jacksonport? I guess that's Jacksonport, isn't it? Where Island Fever is.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's in Jacksonport. It's literally like my wife went to the kayak place, which then the Island Fever. And then like the some other building, and then the Mike's Pub, which was really good. The food, like that's like the best French fries ever. We had that and like fried mushroom. I had this they had a burger with a bratwurst inside of it that was made into a patty. That shit was delicious. I'm like, fuck yeah, this is living. Shit was great.
That's the one thing I like about Door County is it's a lot of, if you know where to go, it's a lot of good food. Like you said, you hit that one place and the Viking Grill and another place that are kind of crummy. Yeah. But yeah, for the most part, you're going to find something decent. And there's a lot of hole in the walls that are like, well, I'm happy. I'm like,
the whole walls were far better than the tourist places. Thankfully, we pretty much stayed away from the tourist places for the most part and just went to the whole walls that we were recommended to go to. Those were fucking great. So how is the Wild Tomato that I assume you've been there?
Yes, I have. And I go there. Gavin likes it. It's actually pretty good pizza.
Okay.
Like it actually is pretty good. And like when we went there, the three of us had one pizza and we had a couple slices to bring home. So it was actually pretty filling compared to, some place where it's like super thin crust. It's like, I ate half a pizza and I want more. And
right. Oh yeah.
We had to get 3 pizzas and there's only 4 of us. It's just not right.
I feel you. I understand. Similar problems in this family. It's we ordered pizza the other day from our favorite places when we got home, and I come to some like, what the hell happened to the pizza? They ate 2 fucking pizzas in the middle of the night. My 2 kids did. What the
hell? Eric asked, thin crust. It's not like super thin crust. It's hand tossed, but it's not. But it is a little bit thinner, not like super doughy. They kind of focus more on whatever they're putting on it. But no, we just had like, I think it was sausage and mushroom. We didn't go. They do have crazy things like Matt was saying, where it's like
weird shit. I'm going
like scientific pizza.
I'm like, no, not eating that. That was weird shit. Sorry, we took a look at that. Like, nope, not happening. Can't eat that. Don't even know what the hell those ingredients are. I was like, when it's unidentifiable pizza, we have to go. So we're like, no, we'll find somewhere else to eat. Oh yeah, and then we went. Yeah, the Bayside in Fish Creek was good. That food was great. I really like their food. What would I have there? Some kind of, I think, a walleye one night there. That was good. I had a lot of fish for there. It was all delicious.
You got a lot of good advice because you dodged some big tourist attractions. Like, was it the gin joint? I think is one of them.
Oh yeah, we looked at that, but I was like, nah, that looks kind of like a fucking tourist bullshit.
Same owners that own the winery, Door County Winery, and so they have that restaurant there, and like they have a tasting room there that's got like kind of the same thing going on that you get inside the winery, where it's like,
okay, yeah, I saw that. I'm like, then it has like an olive oil thing in it. I'm like, this place looks weird. Yeah, we went to the Bayside instead. I was like, that was the right choice. I was going, this is totally a dive bar with fucking locals. So we're eating here. Look at that. Like, this place hasn't changed in fucking 40 years. Perfect. And the food was cheap and it was good. And the drinks, I think I got a Sexton. I mean, I don't have a glass of Sexton. They must have put this much fucking Sexton in there for like $7. I'm like, holy shit. Do you own a pour? I mean, I'm fine with this, but do you own a pour? How the fuck do you make any money with this bottle?
And that's where, like, that's what I like about some of those dive bars. You go to the dive bar, and then you said there's other fancy places, like in Sister Bay. There's some new like steak place that's kind of, I want to say, kind of Chicago-esque. So everything's super amped up and stuff, and pricing. I'm like, your one drink at that place, it doesn't even compare to the Sexton you had there for $7.
Right, exactly.
Like, if you can find the little hole in the wall place where all the locals eat, it's usually 10 times better, and they're not going to kill you.
Exactly. Yeah, I think we went to almost every dive place we could find. I'll look up. You just take a look on who's eating in there. This is the place to eat. This is all locals. Oh, and I love it at Mink River. They're like, oh, they have the wall where they only charge you if I guess you're a local. Because a lot of them only work from May to October. Well, they just give you an IOU until the spring when you get paid again. You keep drinking all winter. I'm like, that's a hell of a thing to do for the locals.
Yeah, well, and that
come spring.
If you're getting like pushed off like that, that's fantastic. I mean, like, well, we know you're going to be getting a chunk, or there's going to be something happening later on,
right?
But yeah, because there's a lot of stuff come. Gets close to Halloween, and they have like their own like Oktoberfest up there.
No, I bet that's
and it's pretty crazy. I was gonna say it's almost too touristy. I think you hit it at a great time.
Yeah, like there really were not very many tourists there, which was perfect because they said it wasn't peak season, which was good for us because we really didn't. There was a lot of cities. We were the only people there in a lot of places. It was awesome. Like here at the beach, we're the only people at the beach. How the hell is this possible? I don't know, but it was fantastic. No one was there, just us.
Was it at Nicolay?
Yeah, that was there, and then at the one in Bailey's Harbor by ourselves.
Okay. Yeah, the one at Nicolay, we went like a week or so before Matt, and yeah, we were like, it was us and like 6 high school girls that were tanning like on the far end of the beach, and so it was just like me and Gavin. Fucking, like you can't turn that down. I'm like,
yeah.
Like, but yeah, there was no one there. But I don't. And you guys went to oh god, I want to Bailey's Harbor, Whitefish Dunes.
Yes,
was there even a beach there? Because it was all closed up when we went.
That shit was okay. That was the only part that I was not. My wife, she wanted to walk to Old Baldy.
Oh,
which the platform was closed. Well, of course, we didn't know that, so we got up there. Well, actually, I told my wife that, but she fucking listened. Hell no, we had to walk that fucking thing. That's where we get eaten alive by the mosquitoes. So yeah, so we go to the first beach, which is closed, so you can't go to that beach. Second beach is supposed to be for whatever. You go down there. I'm like, fuck. It's like 3 feet of beach because it's all the water's so high.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, we're not going in that. And there's mosquitoes everywhere. So we walk back. Then we go to the third beach, which is also closed. So this would be the dog beach. So then we're going up to this fucking stupid old Baldy. Of course, then she decides to leave us because she's walking too fast. We're too fucking slow. The kids are just bitching at her about how fucking stupid this is. And so then she keeps going, and we figure, well, she's probably gone to the old Baldy thing just to go look at it, to look at the tower or whatever. No, that you couldn't even get to the tower. It was closed off on the wooden steps or whatever. We walked over there. Then we finally found her. Finally got signal at the top of the steps. I called her. She's like, nope, she went the other way. So I had to go back and find her. Oh, what a pain in the ass that was. So that was I was like, no. Peninsula State Park, I thought was way. Now the cave point was really cool. I thought that was really cool. Look over the edge and look at the caves. That was neat. But yeah, the Whitefish, not so much.
No, that was
skip that. I would not recommend that park.
No, not the way it is. Like 2 years ago, we went and it was like a quarter mile, like off the path over to the beaches to get to the water. Yeah, and there was just like a ton of beach, and like we went and like you said, 3 feet and then rocks, and I'm like,
there's nothing. It's like, oh wow, and I think there was like 4 or 5 people sitting there. I'm like, why are you here? What's the point?
That's where Gavin started bitching. He's like, I thought we were going to a beach. I want to go to the beach, and I'm like, we can't.
What the fuck is this? It's not a beach.
Yeah, there's no beach, and he was just like, got all pissy. He's like, what? He's like, but you promised, and I'm like, oh Christ! I'm like, we better find one in the next like 20 minutes. I'm like, we know there's like 4 other ones.
Yeah. Thankfully, it did not work out. They were not happy with us. Thankfully, we went to Peninsula State Park. They had the beach over there. Thank God, because it was going to end real bad otherwise. They were not pleased.
And for an in the city beach, the one in Sister Bay behind that little park.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's a nice little beach.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's kind of cool. Every city has their own little village, has their own little beach, which worked perfect. I mean, the kids had fun at all the different little beaches. I mean, they had fun at the one in Egg Harbor, the one in Ephraim. They went to all the beaches. They had a good time on all of them. I mean, at least the ones that were still there and were underwater. I feel bad for that museum, though, up on Washington Island. That the damn thing's, like a couple feet of water in it and shit. That restaurant there, and then you can't go to Rock Island because the fucking port's underwater. It's like, holy shit. And so we got up there. There's some little inn before you get to that museum there in Washington Island, and this huge water coming over, just lapping up from the lake over the port, and some jackass in this BMW freaking SUV comes across, just flying through. I'm like, did you not notice the giant fucking thing of water there, you jackass? You're lucky in the damn lake. And I don't know, everybody else stopped and turned around. This moron just floors it. It's like, what an idiot.
That's when I root for those bad things to happen to those people. I mean, I'm not supposed to, but I do.
Well, because we got out and walked around because I found like this little path I could walk on. So I wanted to look at it so we could look out over to see Rock Island. And so we did that. And then it's like, holy crap, I feel bad for those people. But yeah, so you walk, the boat like literally is right there. I'm like, holy crap, you can just step onto your boat at this point. It's literally the boat and the water and like are basically the same damn height. As it's like, holy shit. Yeah, it was something else. I haven't been back to Lake Tahoe in 20 years. Well, probably longer than that now, probably 25. Yeah, my grandfather used to work for American Heart Association, and the place called Grenelbachen every year they had a big 2-week summit, and we'd go to that. So it was fun. Yeah, it's been a long time. Oh, hey, Ben Scaro's in here. Oh, there's Swami. How's it going? So yeah, so it was very entertaining to say the least. But yeah, it's amazing how stupid people are. But yeah, the disappointing thing was that church being closed, and then the Jacobson Museum was closed. What else? Some of the restaurants were only like takeout. I'm like, well, I'm not interested in takeout. I'm interested in is there a fucking bar in there? Because if there's no bar, I don't really need to eat here. So, which is how we ended up at that Tom Nelson's or whatever. That place, you been to that place there on Washington Island at the Bitters Club?
Man, no, I have not. I've heard about it.
That place was cool as shit. That was a cool. I'll post a bunch of pictures in the Discord and shit. That place was cool as hell though. Yeah, we had fun. Talked to the bartender for a long time in there too. So yeah, it was good. Food was really good. Food was good pretty much everywhere. Same thing, like I said, it's another damn local dive bar. It's just they're great.
Well, and that's like the centerpiece that usually sticks around and doesn't close. You know, like you said with Mink River, it's something that's going to be open all year round. So they're going to make decent food no matter what.
That's a good point. See, Richie's going to need to order a pizza apparently.
Yeah, I saw that. I see that's like kind of popping up. There's pizzas being ordered right now. 2 or 3 people.
Ben's making eggs for his kid apparently, so she'll go to bed.
Holy crap. I know you're in Canada, but what are you like on the West Coast, Ben? What the hell?
I mean, yeah, I'm not sure where he's in Canada, but yeah, that's. Eat some eggs, kid. Shut the fuck up and go to sleep. Oh, that's interesting. Some octopus and marlin poke with some ardbeg. That sounds delicious.
Wow. Yeah.
Very nice.
I'm jealous of that. I'll just throw that out there.
Ooh. Oh, lovely, Swami. That's lovely. It's no good at all.
No. And that's a hell of a jump for what they hand you out for just a sore back or throwing out your back. Here they'll give you codeine and other stuff before they jump you up to morphine. That's just strap yourself in if you've had a drink. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think you should do that, Brandon. That sounds dangerous. Let's not have any accidents. This sounds like a bad idea. Oh, it's something else. Something else. Oh, what else? What have I not opened yet? I haven't opened this one yet.
Yeah, what ones did you all get over there? I mean, I was here for some of them, but
we got the Hatch bourbon.
Okay.
So we tried the single malt. Have you tried their single malt yet? That's from the barrel at the top.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that shit was the bomb.
Yeah,
I'm really excited about when that gets a couple years older. That shit was delicious.
Yeah, I talked to him like last year, and we were discussing stuff about how when it was going to be ready, and he thought maybe some stuff might have be ready, like his own stuff, like Christmas this year. And I was like, we could go up there for New Year's. You know,
yeah.
I'm like, if they're having a party, I can come up there for New Year's for this.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah.
But yeah, some of the stuff he's doing is going to be, I think, is going to turn out pretty damn nice.
Mm-hmm. He was a really cool guy. I really liked his distillery. He's got some really good ideas. I'm really excited about the one that's going to finish in, I guess, 2 or 3 weeks. Has to do with some Isla barrels.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
it's gonna be awesome. He's gonna send us some, so I'm really excited about that. So he's like, "Yeah, we'll be on the show, but once those barrels are done, like perfect. Wait like 3 weeks, and then you can be on." I was like, "He said, it works for me."
Yeah, I want to taste that once we get there. You know.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, that just. It's one of those ones where I was intrigued that he even got those barrels because some other people bitch about getting their hands on them. I'm like, right. It's pretty neat that you have snagged some of that up early. I mean, to be honest,
that's true.
In your distilling, like seasoning and kind of getting your whole thing going, that's pretty early on to snag up something like that. So, yeah. But no, I'm never going to complain about one of those barrels. I never know if I'm supposed to say anything, so I'm not saying peep.
Right.
Because that company is usually kind of crabby about where their barrels go when you say something about them.
This is true. Yeah,
it should be a lovely peaty kind of finish to it.
That's right. Like we said, all you have to know is there's a certain word that goes in front of those barrels from Island. You'll know which one it's from.
Mm-hmm.
And when he's on the show, I'm sure he'll be happy to tell us which ones. It's pretty funny. Iron Root has similar things.
Yeah, similar.
If you know what we're talking about, you'll figure it out.
Yeah. You can do the research now and put 2 and 2 together on your own. So neither one of us are in trouble.
Exactly. We didn't tell you. We just roundaboutly. But process of deduction.
It's kind of like, where was it? I was drinking Stonebreaker the other day, the one from Kansas City. It's a blend of their malt and Irish.
Cool.
And they release some of the Irish underneath the brand Sons of Aaron. It's Teeling.
Oh, nice.
It's really what it is, but it's like $20 instead of being $50-$60 sometimes.
Perfect.
So it's like, yeah, I'll do that. And actually, the blend they have at Stonebreaker is actually pretty damn decent. So I was surprised by that. But yeah, it's another one where it's like, we have it, and it's an Irish. We're not allowed to say, but really, it's this. And I'm like, well, everyone should just say that. But yeah, I guess when the other brand is getting a significant chunk for what they're putting out versus what they're shipping over here and letting you release, I guess I would do the same thing. But
yeah. Oof. Oh, Bareface is good. I like Bareface. That's a good Canadian whiskey. I do like that one. Mm-hmm. You had Bareface before?
No, I have not. I've only heard good things about it.
Yeah, I like that one. That's a good one. I have to set you up a package of things to try. That's a good one though.
That's gonna be trying for you when you say stuff like that, and you have a whole room of whiskey to go through and think about stuff.
And what I do, that's why a lot of times it takes me so long to send stuff. I meticulously think about what's going to people, and they're like, "Why did it take?" I'm like, "You don't understand how much I had to pick from to send to you." It's like then we figure it out, and then you get it. It's like sometimes it takes a long time. But you get it.
No, go ahead. Sorry, Matt, I'm gonna cut you off.
Yeah, you just get it eventually. It's just sometimes it might take a year, but it's fine.
I sent stuff to DJ 1-1, and I was like, well, we'll see where these 5 kind of take you, and then that'll narrow us down to maybe another batch if I can send you that's a little more honed in on your flavor profile. Right,
exactly. It's like, yeah, you got to kind of know where people are going with it first. All right, so which one this? Yeah, so I ended up with the bourbon, the rye, and the single malt from Door County, and then the gin and the barrel aged gin and the brandy from the Door County, and then we got this one from the La Crosse that John Kranz gave us.
Okay,
that's the high rye light whiskey, which actually was really good. I guess it's a pick he went on. It was really tasty. I was impressed with that one.
They're a newer place, and they've been doing a couple other light whiskeys, and I've heard really good things. And I know from their posts that I would go there to eat alone, not just trying the whiskey. Like they have kick-ass. Like I've told them before, I'm like, you guys have kick-ass deals on stuff. They're like 12 wings that they make in like some crazy sauce from their whiskey for like $6.99, and I'm like, well, fuck, nice. How the fuck is people not? I'm like, hopefully you're making a ton of money that way because you're clearly a place to stop out at. Like if you. With friends or something, and be like, well, let's grab something to eat, some wings, and try some stuff. But
that sounds awesome.
But yeah, I've only had their normal light whiskey, and it was surprisingly good and had a little bit more depth of flavor than what I thought it was going to for a light whiskey. I hear that, and I usually am kind of nervous.
Right, and because I saw somebody else that one too. Like it's the one we tried. But I was surprised how many distilleries I just found on the shelf from Wisconsin, which is kind of cool. Now, I did stay away from the with the standard or whatever the hell is the Ed rips on all the time. I'm like, I'm not buying that. All I know is that shit's supposed to be horrible. I'm not buying it. I was like, and that shit was everywhere. I'm like, nope. Central Standard, that's what it is. Yeah. I'm like, nope. I know that bottle. Hell no.
Yeah, that's definitely. I've done the same thing. Like I'm like there are other stuff I know they're bourbon and they have something that's finished in a cab and a couple other things, but I am still leery of it myself. Yeah. I'm like, I know that was your experimental one, but that still scares the crap out of me when something's that bad and you decide to release it.
Yeah, when it's that bad and Ed hates it, I am not willing to try your other products. They're going to have to send me a bottle for free. I'm not drinking it otherwise. And it still may suck hard. So, and you may have to be okay with me telling you it sucks hard.
Well,
because I'll tell you if it does. I have no qualms about telling you your product sucks. I mean, it is what it is.
That's true. What did you think of the? Where is it? I bet you I have one of those here. I do. The single malt from Door County Distillery.
I think that was their best product, personally.
Okay, that's fair.
So we thought that was pretty good. I mean, it's a year and a half old. I think it's pretty. I think I liked one from Hatch's better. But I thought for what it was, I thought that was pretty decent. I mean, they were nice to us. They gave us, free tour and free samples and all that good stuff. So that was cool. They put up with Violet screaming all over their fucking place. I mean, she went fucking batshit. It was not good. Like for thankfully the Hatch, she was perfect angel. She was great. Well, not so much in Door County. I'm pretty sure she scared everyone that worked there.
Did you guys try any of the wine from Door County? Or Door Peninsula?
Yeah, we did. We because she was hungry, so which was good. Then we went down to Culver's. That shit was awesome. That was one of the best fast foods I've ever been to. That one off of Gordon, off of 42 in Gordon. There was a huge line. I was like, oh, we got to try this place called Culver's. Let's get. It was great. So went there and ate. Then we came back to the winery, and we stopped at Door 44 first, which was fun. They had some pretty good stuff, some okay stuff. I like the stuff that was made with the Washington Island grapes. Those were actually really good. That was good wine. But then we came back to the Door County Peninsula wine. A couple were good. The rest was some really weird fruity shit. And I'm going, oh, the barrel-aged cab was good. I liked that. And I liked their ice wine was good. But the rest of it was just too fruity. I was like,
that's what I was gonna say.
Wine, but it was just like fucking fruit. It was like juice.
Yeah, that's what a lot of their wheelhouse is like a lot of different fruity things, like those strawberry, raspberry, grape, all sorts of things. But they do have, when you're saying too, almost like juice, they have what I call the crack of wine. Is their Concord grape wine? It tastes like grape juice. It's just straight up crack. Like you could drink a bottle and think you were just drinking a breakfast juice.
Yeah, which one? There was a few super juice. It's like, wow. Yeah, and we tried the stuff from Von Stiegel. Holy shit. That was juice. They were made with fucking blueberries and cranberries and shit. I was like, well, I feel like I'm drinking some Welch's, but hey, whatever. It's alcoholic juice. It didn't taste bad. It's just not for me. It's just too much damn juice. I want it to taste like wine.
So I was going to be like, it's juice that's like 14% alcohol.
Yeah, and that's the problem is you don't realize that it's alcoholic and it could really hurt you. I don't know, Wheels. That's a good question. If you're talking about from the trip, or are you talking about in general? Oh, from the trip. Okay, Arson. Well, I pretty much have opened them all except for one now. So as we've gone through this was the one I was the most excited about. Was finding this one at that that Main Street Market in Egg Harbor. This Compass Box Enlightenment I found there.
Oh, they had that. See, that's just surprising up there. I'm surprised they have that, but that's awesome.
That place was amazing. They had so much great whiskey in that little grocery store, liquor store. So we bought. There was two of these. I bought both of them because one's for me and one's for Ben Stahl. And then they had 20 cases of High West Midwinter's Dram. So we got one of those for a buddy. He wanted one. And then I found this Caribou Crossing Distiller's pick, which I didn't even know they made picks.
Neither did I.
They had that in the glass case in there. And they had Phenomenology. They had No Name 1. They had No Name 2. They had, what the hell is the other one? They had, Flaming Heart. They had all sorts of great shit in this place. I'm like, how the fuck? This is an amazing selection in there. I'm like, and then I started looking around the store. Half this fucking store is alcohol.
Yeah.
It's beer, wine, more wine, whole giant sections of just Wisconsin whiskey. I'm like, holy shit. It's like, and there's some groceries over here. If you don't drink all of your food, you'll be fine.
And then the food that they have in there is actually, it's some of it's kind of artisanal cheese and some other stuff.
Yeah,
we stop up there a lot of times when we're going through, if we're camping or something, and be like, oh, what did we find that was wonderful today, or just something to pick up. But yeah, I'm always jealous when I go up there and it's like, how the fuck does this shit up here, and I don't have it in any of my stores down here, but up here in Egg Harbor, you have all this goddamn crap. I'm like,
and it's a town of 200 fucking people.
Yeah.
It blows my mind. I talked to the liquor store manager. He's a pretty cool dude. He's probably like 24. It was like, and he was a super nice guy. And she's like, oh yeah, if you need anything else, let me know. I got some more shit in the back. So I happen to have everything he had in the back, but he was really cool. So yeah, it worked out. He had all sorts of good, and the prices were really good in the store. They had all sorts of cool shit in there. A bunch of other crap in the glass case too, which was cool. So yeah, it was fun. But yeah, there was just cool shit in there. I'm like, how the hell? We did go to Piggly Wiggly too. I don't like that anywhere near. That place was crazy busy, and their selection was not that great.
No, I wouldn't have been.
I was like, meh, no good. Then we tried this store in Bailey's Harbor. I don't even know what the hell it was called. I forget what was it called. It doesn't matter. I can't remember. It was some weird name. It was this little grocery store because my kid was looking for art supplies because, who doesn't need art supplies in random places? She wanted to make some art thing. And so we stopped in there and they had a little liquor store, and I'm like, wow, that's super. We can go now. There's nothing in that store at all. They're like, well, you wanted to share fry a few cities away. I'm like, okay, I'll get right on that. Thanks, guys. I'm going to go back to the bar now because there's nothing good in here to drink. They're like, oh, we got Dewar's White Label. Great.
Yeah, that's the Dewar's I avoid,
Yeah. Yeah. That's the worst Dewar. I hate White Label. That shit is terrible.
It's one of those ones that steered me away from Dewar's for the longest time. Just because I had that, I was like, no, I don't feel like going back.
No, exactly. I didn't drink it for years because I thought it all tasted like that. It would all be garbage.
Yeah. And I just had the mezcal finished one. That was actually pretty damn decent.
Hey, and for like $21, you can't beat it.
No. What was it? Richie Z was asking, what's the ABV on the Caribou pick?
I assume it's probably still 40. Let's see here. What the hell is it? It's on the box. Guess we'll pull it out. Weird. Those are required to be on the box. Guess not. Let's see. Come on. Out of your hole. It comes in this cool little blue bag, apparently.
The other Crown Royal.
Yeah, for real. Plus, it's got this really cool reindeer on it. Which, it's the let's call it Rock Hill Farms bottle with the Blanton's top, except for it's a reindeer.
Yeah. Which
you have to admit is fucking cool.
I saw that too. I was like, well, you almost made me buy it because of that.
3%. Yeah, unfortunately. Okay. But I'll have to compare it to a regular Caribou Crossing. Do have to admit that has got one of the greatest toppers on any bottle. I mean, can't get better than fucking reindeer. It really can't.
And it's actually decently done too. It's not like a melted crayon fucking reindeer.
It's like the Christmas time Walmart figurines, like the villages. It's like, oh, you did such a good job. No wonder it's 99 cents. Yeah, exactly. So, But yeah, that place was cool. They had all sorts of Jeffersons in there that were rare Jeffersons. They had cool shit in that store. I really don't know. But if I was to go up there, he was telling me they had all the Myth and Legends series. They had all those bottles. Like, how the hell do you have all this shit? Why do you have all this shit?
Yeah, I mean, unless I feel like it's kind of the same premise with that English Inn, where it's like the people coming through are looking for something, and we kind of have to have it. But yeah.
But how did you end up with 20 cases of Midwinter Dram? How? And you come here like, oh, you get a case if you're lucky for a couple of stores in the area.
We have 6 bottles.
Right. Then they're like, oh, that's great. Well, we have 20 cases. Nice. It's good. Oh, and it's on the shelf if you like one. Or however the fuck you want. It's on the shelf. because nobody. It's on a nice display. Hell, they even had they had store picks too, tons of them. They had they had a Nepal Castle store pick in there for like $35. That was really cool.
Feels like I'm making a trip soon.
I think you should. There was all sorts of cool shit, especially before the all the major tourist people show up.
I don't know how much that's gonna like kick into effect this year. I mean, to be honest, usually it's a lot busier than what it is now up there. But like you said, if it's a lot of pickup, like kind of takeout stuff, I don't know how many people are gonna be like, oh yeah. Like I didn't mind it because I told Sharon, like, well, if we're going to a park anyways, I mean, with Gavin with his age, it's like we'll just pick up some food, go someplace, no one gives a shit. Except when we went there, we stopped at it was the park in Sister Bay. I dropped them off and I went to go pick up Mexican food from like I think it was JJ's or JP's, like down the road.
Yeah.
And came back and I had gotten a margarita to go, and I was like, okay, I was sat that out and sitting down. All of a sudden, I came back because I went to go get some from the car, and she was like, what was in that drink? And I'm like, it was a drink for either you or me. She goes, well, Gavin had a drink and said it was disgusting. I was like, that's a margarita. How much did he have? I'm like, she's like just a little bit. He's like, it's no good. It went bad.
Oh, that's funny.
But I don't know. I gotta jump off because I gotta get up in a couple hours. Unfortunately,
up in a couple hours.
Well, 5. Not terrible, but still.
It's still way earlier than I have to get up. I don't have to get up till like 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Nice. But thanks for letting me pop on here, and I don't know. We'll have a couple drams again in the near future. So
absolutely.
You guys have a good night, and sorry I didn't make it up there, but I didn't want to be the dick that if I had something.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Got everyone sick. Yeah, it was not what I wanted to do for people. But yeah, you guys have a good night. We'll talk to you later.
I do. Cheers. All right, we'll stay on for like another 5 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna bail out because it's late, and I have to make a thumbnail and shit for the for tomorrow's episode, so that needs to get done. Well, I guess anyone else has any other last questions about the trip, but yeah, so I guess I highly recommend going up to Door County if you're in the area or somewhere good to go with your family. Definitely a great place to visit, or hell, just go by yourself. You have a great time at the bars. Either way works. It's good times. I have a lot of shit to clean up tonight. Yay. Love cleaning up shit. It's great. That's empty. Anyway, so, it is good. It is all good. Well, let's see. I think that's pretty much about all there is to it. I don't know. My wife has a crazy itinerary. I think we covered the vast majority of things we did. I'm trying to think what else. I think that's probably it. We did a lot of stuff up there. I think I was up earlier when I was on vacation than I've been all week. Our last 3-4 months since we've been on the COVID, that whole week I was up earlier every day. It's pretty great. Let's see here. Richie. Do you have the Crown Royal 13? Yes, the 13 is very good. I agree. That's excellent, Richie. Yeah, I do like that one a lot. It's quite good. From Main Street, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 4 came from Main Street. So there's still plenty there. They have good stuff. I think Heated is still there too. But yeah, there's lots of good stuff with that store, to say the least. So, that's weird. Huh. I guess the chat sometimes in YouTube and the chat in StreamYard don't exactly necessarily correspond per se. Interesting. Not seen that happen before. It's flipped. Weird. You should. You'll have a good look. I think quite a bit of good things up there. That's for sure. Lots of good bars, lots of good food, lots of good things to say about that area. There's just lots of cool shit to do. You certainly won't be bored. So, thanks, Richie. We tried to bring in Eric and Pat, so that worked out good. Having a couple other guests on here for fun. Otherwise, they'd be rambling around about random stuff with whiskey and traveling and what fun that is. But yeah, I think those are all good ways to figure out things to do when you are traveling, how to bring it back, and all those good things. But I think I highly endorse going to dive bars over touristy bullshit where they charge you too damn much and the drinks aren't that great. It is what it is. Obviously, depending where you're at, sometimes that's not really an option. Unless you're like in Vegas, where I guess unless they're free, which free is my favorite kind of alcohol, then I don't really give a shit if it's free. But if you're paying for it, you might as well go to a good bar than a crappy bar. That's for sure. This gin is shockingly good. I do like gin, so not really a surprise, but it's good. My wife really likes gin a lot. Besides single malts, she does not like bourbon or rye whatsoever. Well, yeah, she really liked the single malts of both places, and she's got a really good nose for all that stuff. So if she says they're good, they're gonna be really good. We didn't get a chance to eat because I ate at the Mink River, but everybody I know that has eaten there says it's really good. Because unfortunately, we got there like right after the kitchen closed. Unfortunately, and then the second time we just eaten at a restaurant, so we didn't get to eat that time either. But that's okay. But everything when I get told about the food there was fantastic. I've only had I think 1 or 2 mezcals, and let's see, what the hell was it called? I don't even know. What the hell? Look it up. Let's see. I don't remember. I think I only have one. I think I've tried that Illegal one, which I think that one was pretty good. I've tried Sotal, which I liked. That was pretty good. And let me see what the one mezcal I have is, and I've heard it's not very good. So I would not probably suggest picking this one up. It is called La Penca, 100% agave with 2 worms. But mine actually happens to have 3, and it's a reposado. So it is what it is. Yes, Don, we're still here for now, just for a little bit longer. Because then, like I said, I had to make a thumbnail. So, But yeah, we're here. We're here for you, Don. I know in Hawaii it's what, 5-6 hours behind us. You should make it. Yeah. A long time ago. I guess it's hard being in Hawaii compared to the rest of the country being that far behind. But you have lots of other advantages being there, that's for sure. It's all good. See, you just finished it. 6:48. Perfect. There we go. Answers our question. It's good. All right, well, we should probably get off of here. Like I said, I got stuff to do. So anybody else got other quick questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to go to work on a thumbnail and get that ready for tomorrow morning. I agree, Emily. Definitely. Dive bars are definitely underrated. Yeah, I mean, the ones we went to were great. I mean, I'm sure there are also plenty of crappy ones. I didn't visit any of those. Apparently, we visited only good ones. So, and I'm glad we did not go to too many touristy things because I hate touristy things. They're not my favorite. I like doing all the other crap. It's more fun. Yeah, because even in let's see, we were in Traverse City last year. We did some touristy things, but we did a lot of the untouristy things. So it just depends. Yes, I agree. A good sleep is always a plus. So I think I'm going to wrap it up and say that it was fantastic. Yeah. Maybe one of these times, Eric, for sure. That'll be fun. Joining at a bar for sure. Well, hopefully next week, Will and Sarah will feel better, and I will see you guys all next week. So thanks for joining this evening. Hey, cheers, everybody, and I'll see you guys next week. Cheers.